Sports.
We are Sports. We are San Diego.
Will Venable and the Padres prepare to host the St. Louis Cardinals. Lance Lynn, the starter for St. Louis, and Will Venable 4 for 7 with a double and a home run in his career off of him. Matt Holliday, a power threat across the board for the Cardinals after the All-Star break, now hitting .310, 4 home runs, 8 RBIs. Holliday and the Cardinals, Venable and the Padres. It is game 1 of a 3-game series as the Padres finally arrive home after time in Atlanta and Chicago. Good evening and welcome everybody to Padres Baseball. Alongside Mark Sweeney, I'm Mike Pomerantz. Mark Grant, Dick Enberg have the night off. Should be a pretty good matchup. Tyson Ross on the mound for the Padres, as I mentioned, going against Lance Lynn. Both men pitching very well. Both men pitching very well in July, and Tyson Ross has found his groove.
Yeah, flat out nasty. And if you look at Tyson Ross, his numbers in July, 41 Ks in this month alone, and he leads the National League in ERA over Clayton Kershaw. For Tyson Ross, it's that devastating slider, but also that fastball command. That comebacker has been another weapon added to his arsenal. Mixing in some changeups to go along with that, but dominant performance, and he has been very good in July.
So Tyson Ross is going to face a different-looking Cardinals lineup, at least so far as production goes, when you compare it to last year's team that went to the World Series 2013, a much more productive offense than so far in 2014 for St. Louis.
Mike, they were built on pitching to win ball games, but offensively, last year they hit .330 with runners in scoring position. This year they're not scoring enough runs, and they are hitting .242 in runners in scoring position this year. Their guys, Alan Craig and Matt Holliday, are the veteran guys. They have to do it. Alan Craig has struggled all year long, but offensively they're doing much better on the second half, but it has been a struggle offensively for the most of the year.
Well, when we come back, we're going to take a look at where the Padres offense might come from tonight as they face Lance Lynn. Some unexpected punch from an unexpected source. We'll have that story for you in a moment when we come back. Sure good to be back home in San Diego after 7 games on the road in Chicago and Atlanta. It is back home for a nice home stand against the Cardinals, then the Braves here at Petco Park. And hopefully the Padres offense will begin to percolate a little bit. And for more on that, let's check in with Kate Osborne. Kate?
Thanks, Mike. Well, with Rene Rivera's home run on Sunday, the Padres now have 16 home runs from the catcher position. That ties him for third most among all major league clubs, and Yasmani Grandal was very glad to hear it.
It seems like this year, I've had the luck of the draw, so hopefully we can keep it going. Oh, no, very important. Just when you get to, do whatever you can behind the plate or at the plate to help your team out. Whatever it is that we could do, especially if it's a long ball.
And that was your Geico quote of the game. The Padres also made a roster move today, reinstating Everett Cabrera and designating Jason Lane for assignment. Sure looks like the lineup is starting to look a little bit more we envisioned at the beginning of the season, guys.
Yeah, it'll be nice to see Everett Cabrera in the lineup tonight along with Jed Jerko and Yonder Alonso. They'll all be behind Tyson Ross, who has been on quite the roll. He is going for his 3rd straight win. That would be a career high. The Padres get ready for Game 1 with the Cardinals. First pitch coming up next. Park on a gorgeous Tuesday evening. This is the first game of 3 between the Padres and the St. Louis Cardinals. Mark Sweeney, Mike Pomerantz, Kate Osborne with you. Chris Button and Mark Kotze are going to join us a little bit later on. And there's the big right-hander making his 23rd start of the season, his first against St. Louis, and he has been nothing but good all year. Lineup for Mike Matheny and the Cardinals. We'll have Matt Carpenter in the leadoff spot. He's going to play third base. Colton Wong will bat second. Matt Holliday, who has been red hot since the All-Star break, 4 home runs in 8 games since the break. Matt Adams will follow. He's the second best hitter right now in the National League. Johnny Peralta gets a start at shortstop. A.J. Pierzynski, newly acquired, he will catch as Yadier Molina is on the disabled list. Then Alan Craig, John Jay, and Lance Lynn. The lineup brought to you by Mattress Discounters, and that's who's going to face the right-hander, Tyson Ross.
Let's take a look at the scouting report for Tyson Ross. And fastball with movement, run and sink on his fastball. Been very good on his glove side, and this is an all-star that continues to show elevated levels of poise and confidence on the mound. He expects to win every ball game. So do his teammates.
Last time out against the Cubs, he struck out a career-high 11 in 6 innings. He's won now 2 in a row. And behind him tonight, Seth Smith will get the start in left. Alexi Amarista is in center field with the return of Everett Cabrera at shortstop. Will Venable is in right. And Jervis Solarte is at third. Everett Cabrera, as I mentioned, the shortstop. Jed Jerko, Yonder Alonso, Rene Rivera will catch Tyson Ross. It's brought to you by the Aramco Group. Now, hamstring problems put Everett on the bench, rehabbing. And he is back and ready to get going. Boy, it's nice to see Alonso, Jerko, and Cabrera.
Yeah, regulars, and I think Bud Black is very excited to get his regulars in there. The expectations of who you want to go to battle with at the beginning of the season. Now those injuries are being healed up, and hopefully those numbers start going north.
Matt Carpenter, Colton Wong, Matt Holliday to face Tyson Ross. And Carpenter, a patient hitter, takes ball 1. And Ross quickly behind, 2 balls, no strikes. Carpenter, a 2-time All-Star, 284 on the season for an offense, as we mentioned at the Open, has really been struggling.
Well, Mike, for Mike Matheny's club last year, this was the All-Star second baseman. Had to move over to third base for the position change.
Now Ross behind right out of the gate. 3 balls, no strikes. Tyson Ross, best earned run average in the National League in the month of July. And he battles back, 3-1. Mark, this is his 6th start in the month. His ERA 1.03.
Yeah, I mean, it's been very impressive, very dominating performances, and it's come with fastball command and that devastating slider.
Close. Tony Randazzo, the home plate umpire. Ball 4. So Carpenter's aboard, leadoff walk.
Well, here's the keys to the game. Let's take a look at that by our Honda dealers of San Diego County and its success with Cabrera, Alonso, Jerko. We talked about coming off the disabled list. And Mr. July, Tyson Ross, has been outstanding. Only 4 earned runs he's given up in 35 innings.
Leadoff man and Carpenter aboard at first. Here's Colton Wong. Bouncing ball, Jerko to Cabrera for 1. Over the first to Alonso. A double play. So reunited in the middle infield, Jerko and Cabrera turn a double play behind Ross.
You see the ground by Wong and the good turn. These guys have chemistry, and they know they have that ability. And plus, fresh arms by Cabrera. You see, he's only had a couple rehab games, but that strength of the arm, good to see.
So the walk quickly erased. And with 2 out, here's Matt Holliday.
Well, if Tyson Ross is going to miss with his fastball, missing down is very good. Matt Holliday, also a low ball hitter, but you got to give him different looks. Try to change his eye level. And hopefully get to that slider.
Ross behind once again, 2 balls, no strikes. As Holliday, the 34-year-old, now in his 6th season with St. Louis, fouls this one away.
That was so interesting about Colton Wong and walking the leadoff hitter and then swinging at the first pitch, hitting to a double play. The continuity of this Cardinal offense has been struggling, and their main problem has been scoring runs. Mike Matheny right there, the manager of the Cardinals, looking on. He has high expectations of this club.
3 balls and a strike to Holiday.
Adam Wainwright, the all-star starter, the example of this pitching staff.
And Holiday takes ball 4. Second walk of the inning issued by Tyson Ross. Maybe the best hitter right now on this Cardinal roster, Matt Adams, second best average right now, marking the National League.
Mike, this is an intimidating presence in the left-handed batter's box, but also a simple approach with a lot of power. 17 home runs last year, 8 in the month of September. Now you're seeing that average, as you saw, at 316. He's making some big strides in the game.
You see the shift by the Padres. Adams a 351 average against right-handed pitching.
Well, Mike, you'll see the shift on the right side with 3 guys there, but you also see a straight-up outfield. Those 3 guys, they're playing straight, so that tells you those fly balls, something that you have to cover all of the ground, but he hits his ground balls on that right side.
So Adams, as I mentioned, a 351 hitter against righties. It's close to 200 low 2s against lefties, but he's going to play every day, especially I would imagine for a Matheny Cardinals team that's been struggling to get some offense clicking.
Mike, so many times we talk about a presence in the batter's box, and that is very important for the Cardinals, and I think Matt Adams has earned his stripes. We talked about the September with 8 home runs last year. It's a strong man that has a very simple approach, and he can drive the baseball out of the ballpark.
Well, you're seeing it in baseball more and more, the shift defensively. We showed you the Padres infield moved over to the right field side, and Adams hitting 394 against the shift. Some guys choose to go the other way. We've even seen some big name players maybe lay down a bunt to beat the shift, but Adams rather hit it through you than away from you.
Well, I think if you're managing against Matt Adams, you want him to lay a bunt down. And obviously you don't want to give up hits, but if Matt Adams is paid in this game to produce, he's producing with RBIs and home runs. That's what he's built to. So Bud Black would give anything for Matt Adams to try to lay a bunt down.
One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Matt Holiday aboard. Two walks so far in the inning issued by Tyson Ross. Last time out against the Cubs when he struck out 11, he only walked 1 in 6. One-two to Adams. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, Adams not going to beat you with his speed. They're not going to slap one to the third base side, though it's wide open. One on, 2 out. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and the throw over. Holiday back. Troy Tulowitzki leads the National League in average. As we mentioned, Adams just below him. But Tulowitzki on a disabled list. And by next week, might not have enough at-bats to qualify for the lead. It might go to Adams if he stays hot. Did not go, says third base umpire Jim Wolf.
Let's take a look and see if he goes. Matt Adams, that simple approach we talked about, but very strong and strong hands. Well, you'll see a lot of check swings. They're held by hitters like that. But Cardinals hitters know, and it's on the scouting report, that Tyson Ross likes to go to that slider early. So hopefully early in this game, Tyson Ross goes with that fastball to try to put some of these hitters away.
Here's the full count pitch, and Swung through by Adams. Well, Ross had Adams 0-2, and Adams battled back full count. Ross gets it, so no runs across as we head to the home half of the first inning. Everett Cabrera back from the disabled list will lead things off in a moment. Finally, after this team's been on the road in Atlanta and Chicago. 3 games set here between the Padres and the Cardinals. We're scoreless as we head to the home half of the first inning on this gorgeous Tuesday evening. Look who is back. Not only the team, but Everett Cabrera back from the disabled list. He's going to lead off tonight. Alexi Amarista will bat second. Did a nice job at shortstop while Everett had been gone. He's now in center field, is Alexi. Yangervis Solarte gets the start at third base. Seth Smith is in left. Will Venable, Yonder Alonso, Jed Jerko, Rene Rivera, and Tyson Ross, brought to you tonight by Toyota.
Let's take a look at the scouting report by Lance Lynn, his 22nd start of the season. Loves throwing the fastball, 3 out of 4 pitches, 75% fastballs. He'll move them both ways. He's also a workhorse with ace Adam Wainwright. He's been the example, but Lance Lynn's not that far behind.
First pitch to Cabrera is ball 1. So it's Cabrera, Amarista, Solarte. Bottom of the first inning. And Buddy Black saying before the game he knows Everett nowhere near where he wants to be. Looking for a strong final 2 months of the season. Your umpires tonight, Tony Randazzo, David Rackley, Brian Gorman, and Jim Wolf.
Well, we talked about Lance Lynn and having a lot of those fastballs as Bud Black looks on. It's a young man that throws upwards of 96. He pitches right around 93, 94 with a fastball. A little bit of run, a little bit of natural cut. He also has a four-seamer, can reach back and put guys away elevated with the fastball.
A bit more humid as the last week or so here in San Diego.
Oh, poor us.
I was going to say nothing like what the guys had to deal with in Chicago and Atlanta, though, on that last road trip.
So funny to hear other teams come into town and talk about the weather here and how excited they are. St. Louis Cardinals yesterday had the luxury of having an off day here in San Diego.
They don't want to hear us utter the word humidity.
They laugh at that, and Padres go to St. Louis middle of August, and that's going to be interesting weather-wise there. But take a look at Alexi Amarista on the on-deck circle. It's heating up in the summer. Hopefully the bats heat up for the Padres.
And Cabrera looks at strike 3 from Lynn, 1 down. Behind the 27-year-old tonight for the Cardinals. Matt Holliday's in left. John Jay is in center field. Alan Craig in right field. Matt Carpenter, Johnny Peralta, Colton Wong, Matt Adams, and A.J. Pierzynski will catch Lance Lynn. It's brought to you tonight by Honda. So after falling behind, Lynn comes back, strikes out Cabrera. Here's Alexi Amarista. Alexi doing a nice job defensively, filling in for Cabrera at shortstop.
Yeah, very good. Good hands at shortstop. And hear Bud Black talk about Alexi Amarista and putting him in different positions, and doesn't lose you ball games. He's fundamentally sound, and it's one of the reasons why they plucked him from the Angels organization. Some of the good things that you've seen from Alexi Amarista, especially in the batter's box, is he's faced this good share of lefties getting good starts, and I think it's helped him a lot. Slowed things down, shortening his swing, and his consistency has been better.
Nice diving play. Kind of a slow lean by Carpenter at third base. 2 down.
Well, it makes this play difficult to see Alexi slapping this down to Carpenter, but that's reactions to third baseman. A lot of reaction is right to left at third base. And again, an all-star at second base last year, and moving over the diamond, put Colton Wong, one of their prized rookies, at second base. Very unselfish player, and they rewarded him last year with a big contract.
Here's Yangervis Solarte, acquired a week ago today from the Yankees. Part of the deal that sent Chase Headley to New York. That Atlanta series, Solarte 5 for 17, had himself a home run, 3 RBIs. A lot of time in the minor leagues, 27 years old. And he'll bounce this ball to Wong at second. Over to Adams. That'll do it for the Padres in the home half of the first. When we come back, Johnny Peralta for the Cardinals. Fans, Fox Sports San Diego presents Padres baseball, and it's brought to you by Petco, the power of together, and by your San Diego Lexus dealer. The Hotel Del. Stunning Tuesday evening. Game 1 of 3 between the Padres and the St. Louis Cardinals. Scoreless here, top of the second inning. Johnny Peralta, A.J. Pierzynski, Alan Craig to face Tyson Ross. Peralta, 254, 14 home runs, leads the Cardinals. There's 14 homers, third among Major League shortstops.
Well, Mike, you see back-to-back pitches with that slider, the get-me-over slider that Tyson Ross has been doing a much better job at. And that put-away slider, that two-strike slider that he gets on top of and looks like a strike out of his hands and finishes them off.
Watching him develop through your eyes and Mark Grant's and that short stride and limiting all the loose body parts when you're a big tall man, and he just blows Peralta out of the box. Second strikeout of the game, second in a row for Tyson.
Yeah, putting away the second strikeout with a fastball, not the slider that you typically would see. Sometimes he's almost telling the hitter he's going to throw the slider, putting all those strikeouts with the fastball tonight.
Tyson with 143 strikeouts, as does Ian Kennedy. Tied for third most in the National League, our Saquon Vacation strikeout stat. With an out, here's newly acquired A.J. Pierzynski. His third game with the Cardinals.
You see the shift again, 3 on the right side and 1 on the left, but it's the reason why Pierzynski does that fake bunt to try to see if they'll move a little bit over, but to no avail.
A big series for the Cardinals. They come in a game and a half behind Milwaukee in the National League Central. Milwaukee has its hands full. They're in Tampa playing the Rays. They lost tonight 5-1.
Well, no one wants to play Tampa right now. They have been the hottest team in baseball after a terrible start. But that division is not finished yet, the American League East. But you look at the Cardinals situation, they go home after this and they do play Milwaukee. So that's going to be something that's going to be on their minds.
Mike Matheny's Cardinals. Adam Wainwright will pitch in that series as Pierzynski goes down on strikes. That's 2 in a row this inning, 3 consecutive. He's getting the third out in the first.
Well, we've seen fastball strikeouts, and then he goes to that over-reliable, that slider. Down and in to the lefty. Just drops off the table.
So St. Louis right now picks up that half game as Milwaukee drops that ball game to the Rays 5-1. Solarte up with it foul. Well, Alan Craig has been a mystery to Mike Matheny. And for that matter, they're trying to figure something out in right field, St. Louis is. And they've got the youngster, Oscar Taveras, and Alan Craig, who is un-Alan Craig-like right now.
Well, last year just dominated runners in scoring position and quite frankly had one of his career years, but has also dealt with a few injuries in the last couple of years. Leading into that playoffs last year, he hurt his foot, that front foot, but then the year previous he hurt his knee. So those leg issues probably have compounded some of his stuff that he's had to work on in the offseason. It has not been good this year, and they're wondering now if it creeps into that mental side. Last season 325, you see this season only 240, but those RBIs are very important for Alan Craig.
Three balls and 1 strike to Craig. Craig hitting 7th tonight for Mike Matheny. All-star a year ago.
So many times, Mike, you can slip into overthinking things, and then when you struggle, you set that bar so high, everyone starts having ideas and comes up with scenarios on how to fix you. You got to battle that too. So many times mentally, what you do in your first at bat will start carrying over. Those things you have to battle mentally. They say it's so hard at this game, at this level, to mentally be challenged and be able to beat the game that way.
That'd be tough for you guys when you had success for an extended period of time, then you struggle. You don't want to change what worked for you, but at the same time you realize you've got to at least consider adjustments.
Well, part of it is getting back to what you're normally doing. Even a walk will feel good.
That's the third one issued by Tyson tonight. So 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. and Colton Wong, who bounced into a double play in the first. That's been the line so far on Tyson Ross. John Jay, 289, 1 home run, 24 RBIs. Good hitter on the road is Jay. Fouled straight back, 95-mile-an-hour fastball.
Well, that's when velocity comes into play. So when you're throwing up to 95, you get a lot of foul balls on that. If it's down to 90 miles an hour, the ball's probably squared up.
We talked at the open about just how effective and efficient Tyson Ross has developed his game, having this outstanding month of July. Coming into action tonight, 41 strikeouts in the month, leads all major league pitchers. Already got 3 tonight.
We've seen a lot of velocity tonight, Mike, and even almost a little too hard. When you rely on movement, you start seeing the 95, 96s. You're not going to get that as much movement on your ball. Looks like Tyson Ross, to this point in the start, is battling his fastball command.
But Tyson only 5 walks this month as well in those 5 starts, and 3 tonight. To your point there, as he tries to gather himself, regain that command. 1-2 on the way to Jay. Back up the middle, and it'll get through. Craig on his way to third to throw it from center field off the line to Solarte. So Jay continues to hit well on the road. Came in at .313, gets a base hit here.
A good decision by Tyson Ross, not putting his pitching hand up, and you can see him pulling it back. But then Alan Craig goes around second base. He paused a little bit, gave Amarista an opportunity to throw him out at third. Good base running first and third for the Cardinals with the pitcher spot up.
Lance Lynn and Tyson Ross among the league's best in July. Lynn 3-1, a 1.75. As we mentioned, Tyson 3-2, a 103. 103 earned run average, the best in the league.
And Lance Lynn struggled last year in the month of June and July. But he's maturing in the game, and I think has a lot to do with the ace, Adam Wainwright. Going out there and being the example, having an ace.
Tapper. Cabrera, the short way to Jerko, close, but in time. Brian Gorman tells John Jay he is out. So a couple of strikeouts start things off as we head down to the bottom of the second.
welcoming U.S. Marine Staff Sergeant Josh Smith, who returned home a few days early from a one-year deployment to Korea.
Scenes like this never get old. Marine Staff Sergeant Josh Smith and his wife reunited after more than a year away. Congratulations on that homecoming. Well, he's going to come home August 1st. Told she works nearby and attending a Padres game. I think she wondered why that seat was empty.
Yeah, what a great moment. This game has different meaning now for both of them.
That's wonderful to see. All she needs is a Padres jersey. Should be set.
Get Spencer Dowling, a clubhouse guy, attending. Go out there and get a jersey. Don't you think?
Oh, absolutely. I know he hears you right now down in the clubhouse.
Those guys do a great job in the clubhouse, I'll tell you that.
Seth Smith, Will Venable, Yonder Alonso, bottom of the second inning, facing Lance Lynn. Top of the second, like Mike Matheny wanted to discuss a force-out play at second base, but decided not to question it. And Matheny hasn't had much success in that category anyway. He's 2 for 16 on appeal.
Yeah, that's not good.
Seth Smith comes in at a 295 clip. Hottest average in the National League in July. And continues his hot hitting. 386.
And he bumped that number up. A professional hitter with a lot of plan at the plate. Knowing Lance Lynn, 15 pitches in the first inning, all fastballs, all over 90 miles an hour. And a veteran like Seth Smith will watch that, and he'll adjust.
Here's Will Venable. Venable 4 for 7 in his limited exposure to Lance Lynn. 3 home runs in 97 games.
A good swing by Will. That high fastball. Seen Will handle that very well. Especially lately. He's starting to hit that bat up. Use that top hand just a little bit more in his swing.
Hey, you figure he's got to have some confidence. He's a .330 career hitter against the Cardinals.
That's exactly what Will Venable needs coming into this game. 210, only 3 home runs and 17 RBIs. But you see against Lance Lynn, those numbers that you talked about, Mike. That's confidence against the guy that you know you're going to get a fastball in the at bat.
One, two, swings through it, and Venable's gone on strikes. Swinging through the 1-2 pitch. That's strikeout number 2 for Lance Lynn. And for the Padres, Yonder Alonso missed 30 games, tendonitis in the wrist. He's now back. Jed Jerko, plantar fasciitis, cost him 44 games, and Everett Cabrera missing 21. The hamstring, all 3 in the lineup tonight.
Well, Mike, with all 3 of those, they have a lot to prove, especially to themselves and also their club. The numbers are not where they need to be. Sitting on the disabled list when you're not feeling good offensively, and the numbers don't indicate that as well. That's a tough gig.
Yeah, speaking of disabled list, Carlos Quentin, knees flaring up. Going to get a little rest for Quentin.
Well, I think a lot of the Padre fans are getting frustrated at the injuries mounting, and it's always the knee for Carlos Quentin. It's given him a lot of problems. A lot of disabled list stints. Easy for me to say. But it is. It's one of those guys that you expect to be in there and have that presence. So the frustration for the Padre fans around town, they'll say, what's wrong with Quentin? Well, if you don't have your lower half, you don't have that strength in your knees, the ability to get that pounding every single day on it, it's frustrating. And I know it is for skipper Bud Black.
Sure giving Seth Smith some more opportunity as the ball is bounced to Wong. He'll spin. The throw to short for one. Back to first. Throws it away. And he shoots it in the dugout next to the camera well. So Alonso trot down to second base.
Let's see yonder Alonso getting down the line, but also Seth Smith taking a different route to try to disrupt the throw. That's exactly what he does. And credit Seth Smith going in hard, making it tough for Peralta. Alonso's in scoring position with 2 outs. Doing the little things.
And this has been one of the offensive areas the Padres are trying to improve here in the back half of the season. And we mentioned at the open, the Cardinals been struggling with runners in scoring position. No mystery, as have the Padres. Jed Jerko.
Well, our own Chris Budden sat down with Jed Jerko in our pregame show, and Jed talking about feeling like he's got his last year's swing back. Hopefully we can see that. So a lot of power from Jed Jerko, also that double power to right center gap. And so many times, Mike, we talk about the league adjusting to your success and what's happening for Jed Jerko, and you see it from a lot of the teams. That fastball that's in off the plate, and then that slider away or breaking ball away. That's what we saw in the first half. Saw a lot of foul balls with hard fastballs up and in, down and into righties.
And as you pointed out, I think when pitchers were getting ahead, they were going middle away. And now Jed's got the count in his favor as you see Rene Rivera waiting on deck. Little make a mistake here. Try to get Jed going a bit. And Lynn back in there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. I remember seeing Lynn with you in 2012 when we were on the road in St. Louis in that all-star first half. He was tough.
Yeah, it's the same pitcher, too. Hard fastballs, just matured in the game.
And as you pointed out, so good the first half of the season, and it has tailed off second halves each of his years in the big league. But his 32 wins before the All-Star break, the last 3 seasons, best in baseball. Full count, 2 outs. Slow roller to Wong at second base. And Jerko's gone. Lynn able to work his way out of it after giving off the leadoff single to Smith. Top of the lineup for St. Louis when we return. Top of the third inning. Andrew Cashner, Carlos Quentin trying to get back from injury. Let's check in with Kate Osborne. Kate?
Thanks, Mike. Yeah, some good news regarding Andrew Cashner, who threw his first bullpen session on Sunday since being placed on the disabled list June 21st. He said he felt really good. He said that he was kind of working on his fastballs and his changeups, and he's really focusing on two specific things. He's getting his strength back, and he's getting comfortable off the mound. Bud Black also said today that he will throw another bullpen session tomorrow. That'll be a little bit more intense and a little bit longer. It's definitely a good sign for Andrew Cashner, guys.
Kate, thanks very much. Yeah, bottom line, you got to get him back out there. 12 starts so far in the season. No question, Andrew has been fantastic when healthy. And you see the job that Tyson Ross is doing, trying to pull this team through these offensive doldrums.
Well, that's the key, Mike, when you said when healthy. And that's one of the things moving forward that you have to identify for Andrew Cashner. The ability, when he gets out there, talk about Tyson Ross, the expectation to win. Well, when Andrew Cashner is on the mound, there's a chance of a no-hitter and an outstanding game with a lot of strikeouts.
Carpenter, Wong, Holiday to face Ross here in the top of the third inning. First game of 3. The Padres on the road. Took 2 of 3 from the Cubs. 1 of 4 from the Braves. So the Cardinals in town for 3. Then Atlanta visits San Diego. And Carpenter walks for the second time tonight. As I mentioned, 4th walk now issued by Tyson. And Tyson's only walked 5 other hitters all month in 5 starts. Up at 45 pitches now with nobody out here in the third.
See those impressive numbers by Colton Wong, 315, 5 home runs, 8 RBIs. This was a young man that started the season here. The Cardinals organization had to send him back because he was struggling at the early part of the season. He's come back and he's had a different purpose. Sometimes mentally that can help a player that has high expectations going in.
Wong hit into a double play and he lays this ball down. It is going to roll foul. A little different technique there perhaps by Colton Wong.
Yeah, if we take a look at this, it's almost like a leg kick bunch. You see him raising that right leg and just trying to give him the look. So this is on his own. This wasn't a sacrifice bunt, but Yondo Alonso makes it go foul. Mike Matheny, if you're bunting on your own in a situation like this, so you'd like to see a sacrifice bunt, get Carpenter to scoring position.
Now the Cardinals, as you check out the National League leaders for inducing double plays, when you have a ground ball rate of 60, almost 60%, 58%, you're going to get a few 2 balls.
You see that the reason for that is the movement on the fastball, the sliders down in the strike zone, and also the defensive play behind Tyson Ross.
Almost like the bunt he tried before, and it's Alonso tag Wong. 1 down. It will get Carpenter to second base. And it'll bring up Matt Holliday as we check out our top tier player profile. And it's brought to you tonight by Arco. Heating up again in the second half, Mark.
Well, Mike, I've been around Matt Holliday in the Colorado Rockies uniform when he broke into the big leagues. And this is a young man that has really matured in the game. That's why you see those big numbers. 4 home runs, like you said earlier, after the All-Star break.
Only has 10 on the year, and he'll tap this ball foul. Solarte will glove it.
Oh, these are the guys now that you rely on for the Cardinals. And Mike Matheny, John Mabry, the hitting coach. the guys that are paid to drive runs in, drive the ball out of the ballpark, and Matt Holliday needs to have a better second half for the Cardinals to get where they need to be.
Cardinals 56-48. Now a game back in the Central behind the Brewers.
Oh, what a stop by Rene.
He continues to impress defensively. Throwing people out. Tyson make it hard on you back there.
Well, you see the ball strike ratio, not very good for Tyson Ross. It has a lot to do with his fastball command. See, in between pitches, taking his time, trying to find that rhythm for Tyson. Sometimes those veteran hitters will take advantage of that and look for almost like a 3-0, 3-1 count because of that command issue. I think Matt Holliday wants that ball back.
Dog days here at Petco tonight.
Rough. I love dogs.
You have a new one, don't you?
We do.
What kind of pup did you get?
Well, it's called a Shih Tzu. And it's not a big dog. It's a small little dog. It's cute.
I see you with a cute
the
dog.
The kids love it.
Don't try to pawn it
I
off
do too.
on
I love
kids.
dogs. Seriously, I'm a
you
dog
try
lover.
to put it on your kids. Come on, you're better than that. They wanted the big dog. You wanted the little stuffed animal, didn't you?
No, they did not. I'll give you a stuffed animal.
Did you guys see Sweeney cuddled up with the dog at night? Statistician Mike Trussell's giving you the sad face. Oh. Carpenter out at second base. He's off and running now as this ball's fouled away.
I think the Padres just bought a break. With 2 strikes to Matt Holliday, he had to protect, and Matt Carpenter had a great break off of second base. Easily would have stole third base.
Now the Cardinals struggling offensively as well. Second fewest runs scored in Major League Baseball. So they'll try anything they can to put a run across. Tyson Ross got to prevent it. 2-2 on the way. Did not go, says first base umpire Dave Rackley.
Let's take a look and see if Matt Holliday did indeed go or hold up. That is very close.
This is the 6th 3-ball count for Tyson Ross. 3-2 again now. And fell back.
Well, Mike, when you don't have command, you're going to get a lot of foul balls, which we're seeing a lot off the Cardinals' bats. And that pitch count to rise. 55 pitches for Tyson Ross, and only in the 3rd inning.
Tyson threw 104 in 6 innings his last time out when he struck out 11 against the Cubs.
Well, also in that Cubs start, he had run support early in the game. So many times we've talked about the Padre pitchers and how well they've done, and pitching with a lead is very different mentally. They're not going to use it as an excuse. Their job is to go out there and throw zeros, but for Tyson Ross last time, having run support helped. Heads up, guys.
Ian Kennedy, Chris Nelson, Jose Valentin. Scatter the ducks.
Well, I like how Rene Rivera's going out there because they're going to change the signs with a veteran at second base, Matt Carpenter. Sometimes you'll see guys relay signs. That's the reason why they'll want to change the signs and change the way they're going to indicate those pitches. Saw Matt Holliday late on that fastball with 2 strikes. Maybe he was sitting on that breaking ball a little bit.
Now, if Tyson can locate that nasty slider that he's been able to do behind in the count over the course of this wonderful July. And he misses outside. Holiday's aboard. 5th walk issued by Tyson. Now that's a solid look on Blue Mohawk. Chad on the mound. Aaron Balsley, the pitching coach. Rene Rivera, Yonder Alonso. Trying to get those mechanics back in order, I'd imagine. And, you know, it's interesting, Mark, as you pointed out before, is a big guy like this, and Buddy Blackett said he likes to see a big guy take a longer stride, but he's buying into this because Tyson's been so successful with the short stride. You seeing anything peculiar tonight?
Well, I think I'm not necessarily breaking down mechanics, but when you talk about Tyson Ross, it has a lot to do with that back leg staying over the rubber.
There you see the offensive struggles. The Cardinals and the Padres in their ranks in the National League's 15 teams.
Yeah, this is the struggle right there. 15th out of 15 teams. The Padres offense, that has to change moving forward. But the Cardinals, that expectation to get back to the World Series, they're not scoring runs.
Here's their hottest hitter, Matt Adams. Adams struck out in the first, and he swings through the first offering from Ross.
But I think getting back to the mechanics, Mike, and Darren Balsley is that guy that's a motivator, but also those quick keys. Not necessarily when they go out to the mound, they're talking mechanics. It might be something just to get a breather, get them locked in, and trying to execute pitches.
Adams out to right field. Back goes Venable to the track, and he'll put it away. Carpenter will tag. He'll coast into third base. And the Cardinals have runners at first and third. So Adams tests the boundaries, gets to the track, and Ross keeps him in the ballpark.
Now let's take a look at the location, and this is a flat slider, and you can see Matt Adams has that power. Short stride and a lot of power with Matt Adams, and I think he just got Petco'd. As Will Venable goes back to the wall. A lot of frustration from the opposition at how far it is in right center.
Hang with him, big fella. Here's Johnny Peralta. .60 pitches now by Tyson. 2 outs into third. Peralta .351 in his last 11 games. The Cardinals were getting no offense from Pete Kozma a year ago. No secret they wanted to make a change. They pick up the veteran Peralta. Spent time with the Tigers. A lot of pop.
I think John Mozeliak, the GM for the St. Louis Cardinals, constantly tries to identify the weaknesses of a club. Every GM does that, but the shortstop position, especially offensively, is where they want to address. But Peralta, surprisingly, has been very good defensively, as you can see how they got Johnny Peralta. But this is a guy that's really done a very good job in the game of baseball with Detroit. He moved a lot of positions. Unselfishly played the outfield when they needed an outfielder.
Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Matt Carpenter reached on a walk. He's at third base. Matt Holliday is over at first. He also walked.
Tyson Ross needs to dig deep and get out of this inning.
Solarte flips over to first. Lonzo put it away, and Peralta is gone. So the 2 walks don't result in any damage. We're scoreless at Petco. 3 ball games to be played between these clubs in this homestand. Time now for you to tweet your photo using hashtag SDFanPhoto. Chance to have it shown in upcoming game broadcast. And it's brought to you by our friends over at AT&T.
You should just send in your selfie.
I should, huh?
Don't you think?
You think so?
No.
You don't need to see me in that tank top. Although I do appreciate the fact that you have that 8x10 of that on your desk in the office.
You can't blame me.
It is a little weird. Rene Rivera and Tyson Ross and Everett Cabrera. 8-9-1. Bottom of the 3rd inning. Face Lance Lynn. Broken bat, backhand by Wong. Plenty of time and launches it. And Rene Rivera, who I think was running wide open out of the box.
Yeah.
Just peels around first base.
Well, this will frustrate your manager because out of this, Colton Wong has played perfectly. He backhanded. He understands he has time. And he just airmails it. Just missed our sideline reporter, Kate Osborne. As you can see, gets under and works underneath that baseball. Matt Adams, who is a big guy, very athletic at first base, and that's frustrating for the rookie second baseman.
It's 8 errors now on the year for Colton Wong. And Tyson will square and foul it away.
Well, that's a big situation because you know it's a pitcher's duel, and Tyson Ross has to get his job done here. Put the sacrifice bunt down, get Rene Rivera, who is not fleet of foot, to third base. You want to bunt the ball to third base and have that third baseman field it in this situation.
Well, Tyson does have 2 sacrifice bunts this season.
You can see the Cardinals trying to make it very hard for Tyson Ross. With Peralta shifting over towards third base. Having that wheel play.
Ball and a strike to Tyson. And Rivera at second base. The error by the Cardinal second baseman Colton Wong. Corners come crashing in, and Ross swings through it.
And I don't understand that. I'm not in the heads of the manager of Bud Black and also putting on the signs, but a situation where you're facing a Lance Lynn, now dominant he's been in July, you got to score a run, put pressure on that club. Try to get Rene Rivera to third base.
Carpenter and Adams in again as Ross squares, and strike 3. Now you're in a spot when you have a strike on you and you don't try to bunt, you're the pitcher. Now you try the 2-strike bunt, and that doesn't work.
And you never know what goes through the thought process of the hitter, too, for Tyson Ross. He might have been asked to put the sacrifice bunt down, or might have swung on his own. But in that situation, you know your chances are very slim, especially when you've seen Lance Lynn tonight dominate with that fastball command.
I think it was like being third baseman Matt Carpenter or Matt Adams crashing in on that, and a big guy like Ross takes a swing. Here's Everett Cabrera. How about that for a lack of variety?
Well, there it is, reaching back and being proud of your fastball, but he's moving it both sides with a cut and a 2-seam action. And then when he gets behind, he throws that 4-seamer. Also seen the strikeout by Will Venable, putting him away with that 4-seamer up in the strike zone. So he has confidence in his fastball by moving it to both sides of the plate, reaching back, adding and subtracting with velocity.
The Cardinals have made a big push to go to power arms.
And you can see the speed range there, 95 on the fastball, and that 88 is low. And that's that cutting fastball it'll throw, almost that hard slider.
Interesting contrasting styles between Lynn and Ross, and both guys with big fastballs, and Ross also with that outstanding slider. So he'll go to that more often. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Cabrera.
You can see with that velocity, and then Matt Holliday that's right here in left field moving in to try to take that line drive away from Everett Cabrera. We've seen that's on the scouting reports too. John Jay moves over from center field into that left center gap. He can control that, but Matt Holliday is there to hit that line drive, try to catch that line drive by Everett Cabrera. See Lance Lynn working with that 2-seamer away. And Matt Holliday creeping in, trying to take that away, as you can see.
Everett had himself 20 at bats in AAA, coming back from his hamstring injury. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Back up the middle, and Rivera will hold before cruising into third. Certainly didn't hit hard, but hard enough to get through, and Cabrera has his first hit of the night.
Now just good hitting by Everett Cabrera because he gets on top of this fastball. See the location, he tries to put him away with that 4-seamer, and he pulls his hands in and just try to get to it. But Everett Cabrera holds his ground with his head, pulls his hands in, and uses the middle of the field. Good sign by Everett.
So the Padres with runners at first and third, 1 out for Alexi Amarista. Alexi lined out to Matt Carpenter at third base, his first and only time up in the first.
Well, Mike, you don't see it a lot by the Padres, but this is a safety squeeze situation. The reason for it, Amarista can handle the bat, especially with the bunting. You got Rene Rivera on third base. You can set him in motion. It doesn't have a lot of speed. Trying to stay out of the double play with that Everett Cabrera on first. Saw a first and third situation in Atlanta Braves series where they put the squeeze play on.
Well, that was really well executed in Atlanta.
See in on the corners, guarding against that bunt.
Opportunity here for the Padres in the bottom of the third inning. Well, how many times too have we seen power arm pitchers try to bust Amarista in, and he'll make them pay? So it'll be interesting to see the tack that Lance Lynn takes here.
On that fastball, and it had a little cutting action to it.
Well, it is interesting to watch the way he's able to work that ball in and out like that. And he's ahead of Amarista now. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. He does not go around, says Jim Wolf down at third base.
Now, Mike, something to take in consideration as we take a look at this fastball elevated. It's very, very close. But taking consideration, A.J. Brzezinski, the new catcher for the Cardinals, has not worked with Lance Lynn yet. Especially in these big situations, the RBI situations, how they attack them, executing the scouting report, and that's the benefit of having a veteran catcher in these scenarios.
That's an interesting point with Pierzynski, 16 years in the big leagues, and just wasn't hitting with Boston.
Well, Boston wasn't playing very well, and Pierzynski was not executing, and Mike Matheny, an ex-catcher, brings on a veteran presence. And he knows the importance of having a guy that's been through so many different things, and A.J. Brzezinski gives that element to the Cardinals.
Well, the regular catcher, the all-star, Yadier Molina, hurt his right thumb. And on the disabled list, 10th of July, and so you see A.J. Pierzynski. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Everett Cabrera at first, Rene Rivera at third.
Well, Mike, you talk about the loss of Yadier Molina. That's a guy that was in the MVP race last year, and it wasn't just for hitting. It was how he executes game plans, how he shuts down the running game, and that presence that he has on a pitching staff. They have a lot of confidence with Yadier Molina. That's the reason why the Cardinals went out, got a Pierzynski, and Mike Matheny now has a veteran guy that's a backstop that comes into play.
2-2. Out to center field. Medium depth, John Jay. And Rivera's going to tag. The throw goes into second base. And the Padres take a 1-0 lead.
What a great job by Alexi Amarista, fighting off some pitches, battling with 2 strikes, getting that opportunity in a sacrifice fly situation, and executing for his club.
So big error by Colton Wong. Got the leadoff man Rene Rivera to second base. Moved over to third and now has scored. So Tyson Ross has himself at least 1 run to work with. And with 2 outs, here's Yangervis Solarte.
Let's see if Everett Cabrera's legs are fresh enough to steal a base. This is a good situation with 2 outs. Try to steal a run. Those Cardinals are thinking about that same thing. Everett Cabrera dominating with stolen bases last year. This year not running as much. Perfect scenario to try to take a chance here. You try to get educated guesses on pitches to throw, but this is a Lance Lynn that throws a lot of fastballs.
Solarte to Wong. And Solarte is retired. The Padres pick up a run, though, on a hit and lead after 3. In the bottom of the third, and A.J. Pierzynski is going to lead off because of this injury, directly and indirectly. Yadier Molina, star for the Cardinals, hurts his thumb on this play. Leave the game, go on the disabled list on the 10th of July. They'll be without him, it looks like, at least until sometime in September at best. And the Cardinals sign A.J. Pierzynski, who quickly and softly lifts this ball to shallow center, and Everett Cabrera, nice catch over the shoulder, 1 down.
I see A.J. Pierzynski swinging, and he's an aggressive swinger early in the count. But Everett Cabrera ranging, going over his head and making a very athletic play look very easy out there. Good to see Everett at shortstop.
His buddy Alexi Amarista doing a nice job in his absence. Alexi in center field tonight. So Cabrera back. Here's the Cardinals right fielder Alan Craig. And Mark Kotsay joins us down by the Padres dugout as the right fielders for St. Louis is unable to get any traction going, Kotz.
I wouldn't go that far. 44 RBIs, I believe, is still okay in the big leagues.
You're looking at Alan Craig's numbers for this year with the 7 home runs, but you talked to Mike Matheny, and I think he's just used to that production that made him an all-star a year ago. And he's gotten the rookie in there, Oscar Taveras, as well. I think he's just anticipating bigger numbers.
Well, based on what Allen did last year, I'm sure he is. And, you know, it's year to year in this game, right? We've known that, Mark Sweeney up there. As a player, you go through your struggles and you try and learn from them and make adjustments as quick as possible. And I'm sure this is an adjustment for Allen.
Well, Kotz, you know, speak to also, and you know this as being an everyday guy, of setting that bar so high, especially Alan Craig last year having such a successful season, and that's meeting those expectations the year after, and how hard that is.
It's very difficult to live up to other people's expectations. And as a player, I think you go through the process. You try and set reasonable, lofty goals. As we see him chase his slider right there. And Tyson Ross, as we've seen time and time again, that slider is just devastating.
Yeah, the devastating slider, and it looks like a fastball on that outside edge. And velocity comes into play. That mixture of a two-seam fastball and that slider. You get a lot of awkward swings by the opposition.
Two outs. Here's John Jay.
You know, and I like what Kotz says too, and it's expectations from other people, others, when you set that bar so high. And you do. You have to meet those standards, and that's what those elite players are paid to do. But sometimes it's mentally challenging. See Alan Craig, and you know, like Kotz said, it's 44 RBIs. I think a lot of people will take that, but that expectation level was set higher last year by a lot of others.
Well, I think part of that, too, that goes into that thinking is Craig was ridiculous with runners in scoring position last year. This guy hit 454. I don't know that that's sustainable for anybody.
Well, you hear a lot of the career years, and I think you need that when a team goes to the World Series and loses to Boston. But you need to have some guys with career years to get to that position, and that's what they had. But you're seeing frustration from Alan Craig. This game can beat you down mentally, and it is very difficult at times. And Alan Craig is probably in his own mind. You know that, Kotz. Mentally, this game can be challenging.
It's definitely challenging, and you don't get a break. You don't get time to breathe. It's not college baseball. It's not high school baseball. You're at the professional level where we play every day, and you don't really get to practice and have an easy at-bat, an easy layup RBI situation. The Cardinals do a great job of playing team offense, so Alan Craig's hitting 7th or 6th or 7th in the lineup where he's kind of protected, but you still get RBI opportunities in those situations.
Jay out to left field, and Seth Smith will put it away. So Tyson Ross gets a run half inning early and delivers the 0. Seth Smith, one of the hottest hitters in baseball right now, will lead off when we come back. San Diego presents Padres baseball. It's brought to you by Saquon, real friendly, real close. By Jack in the Box, head in for the new Jalapeno Ranch or Barbecue Ultimate Cheeseburgers. And by the Aramco Group. Purchase, refinance, reverse. Visit us at aramco.biz. Great to be home, Petco Park. The time on the road, Chicago and Atlanta. It is now time to play before the home crowd. Padres leading the Cardinals 1-0. Bottom of the fourth inning, Seth Smith, Will Venable, Yonder Alonso to face Lance Lynn. Padres manufactured a run in the bottom of the third. Little help from the two-base miscue by the Cardinals second baseman Colton Wong.
Well, down next to the dugout, Mark Kotze, and talk about Seth Smith's post All-Star break approach. What do you think?
I think Seth's done a nice job. He continues to be a great offensive player for the Padres, keeping it simple, working the ball the other way. I've noticed Seth take a little bit of a better approach and just taking his hits the other way since maybe the All-Star break, if I'm correct, Swings?
Yeah, and I like that too. And you see Seth Smith at the beginning of the year when he was hot too. A lot of teams were throwing him change-ups, and he backed the ball up a little bit, went through a hot streak. And when you're seeing the ball long, you're going to start locking it in, and you can see Seth Smith has been.
Holiday puts that away, so Smith retired for the first out here in the bottom of the fourth inning. You knew it was going to be a good pitchers duel if guys could live up to their hype, because both Lance Lynn and Tyson Ross have been just pitching so well all season, particularly the month of July, and that's what we have tonight. 1-0 ball game. Cardinals with one hit, Padres with two.
You go back to the little things, especially Amarita's at bat, but then Everett Cabrera battling and hitting that line drive up the middle to get to first and third situation. Just the little things and scrapping, especially against a Lance Lynn that has been dominating in July as well. Tyson Ross going over scouting reports and constantly making adjustments. Being a student of the game.
Pouring over those last minute details, I would imagine, as he's going to face the 9-1-2 spots in the Cardinals lineup in the top of the fifth. Will Venable struck out in the second inning. We've had a lot of opportunity, I know, to watch Will, both you and Mark Kotze, over time. And last year he was the team's MVP. This year hadn't been able to find his groove, struggling a bit. 210, 3 home runs, 17 RBIs. And you guys were just talking about the mental challenges of the game as Venable goes down for the second time tonight swinging. So if you're Will Venable, what do you do now with the last 2 months of the season?
Well, I think you just try to get consistent at bats and you take it day by day. It sounds very cliche, but this game is very frustrating, and when you have set your own personal goals and you don't meet those, it is very frustrating, and you see it in Will Venable. Those are the challenges in this game that continue, and not without trying. Will Venable's always out here early hitting, working on his game both defensively and offensively. But my expectations are exactly what he did last year in the second half. Productive at bats.
Yonder Alonso to Matt Adams, who will take it himself. 3 up, 3 down go the Padres in the bottom of the fourth. When we come back, Lance Lynn, Matt Carpenter, Colton Wong. rules of the trade. We're going to check out the second inning.
Well, Mike, it's not about just the strikeouts, it's the ground balls. And you see Everett Cabrera and getting some ground balls for Tyson Ross in the third inning. The devastating sliders on that outside edge, getting out of trouble with a guy on third base. And maturing in the game for Tyson Ross. Not only the strikeouts, but getting big outs by the ground.
Tyson Ross has been just good. Okay, period, just good. Home, good. Road, great. ERA at home, 1.89. Tonight battling his command a little bit, but still holding the Cardinals scoreless. 9-1-2 for St. Louis. The pitcher Lynn, Carpenter Wong.
Well, Mike, with 12 pitches last inning, that was the efficient inning that he definitely needed.
Lynn, nice diving try, but Cabrera unable to get to it. Great effort. Full extension laid out. But Lance Lynn able to just spin it by him.
Well, Lance Lynn coming into this at bat 0-27, and it lines us out. What a great effort by Everett Cabrera. I actually thought he was going to catch this. Just kept on going away from him. A tremendous effort by Everett Cabrera.
So the Cardinals have the leadoff man aboard here in the top of the fifth inning. For the leadoff man, Matt Carpenter. Carpenter walked twice, once in the first, once in the third. After the series here, the Cardinals going to take on the division rival and foe right now, the Milwaukee Brewers. Brewers lead the division by a game now. They came into action a game and a half ahead of the Cardinals. Lost tonight, did the Brewers to the Rays. So the Cardinals now within a game.
We see, Mike, Yonder Alonso not holding Lance Lynn on. He's not going to steal a base, but defensively you can add to your range over at first base. Defensively.
Two balls and a strike to Carpenter. Ball hit hard down the left field line. Smith will try to cut it off on the slide, and he does. He's up with it to throw into third. Solarte can't tag Lynn. A little bit closer play at third than perhaps expected, but Carpenter able to get into second base. And the Cardinals have runners at second and third.
Now, this is just a nice piece of hitting by Carpenter, letting it travel a little bit and going to left field. Getting that foot down and then driving that baseball. That's very impressive by the leadoff hitter after 2 walks, seeing a lot of pitches. A nice play by Seth Smith. I actually thought he had a chance at Lance Lynn at third.
Great job sliding play to come up with it. Second and third, and nobody out. Here's Colton Wong. Ball lifted after 2 ground balls by Wong. It'll be the center fielder Amarista. The throw into third base. Carpenter able to get there, and Lance Lynn comes across the score. We're tied now at 1.
A good job by Tyson Ross backing that play up. A good job by Colton Wong in a sacrifice situation. He gets the ball deep enough to not only get the run in, but get Carpenter to third base. See Amarista trying him at third, and Everett Cabrera lets it go through. And Tyson Ross backing it up. It's a nice job, Tyson.
With 1 out, and Matt Carpenter at third. Here's Matt Holliday. Holliday walked in the first and in the third.
This isn't a comfortable position if you're a Padre infielder. Infield in, that go-ahead run at third base.
You made the point of it earlier, how Holiday drives the ball down, a lot of hard ground balls, so he does bounce into a number of double plays. Though that's not a situation here, but it does raise your eyebrows if you're an infielder drawn in tight.
Well, Tyson Ross needs a strikeout here. For Buddy Black and those hard ground balls you're talking about, you need an opportunity to get Carpenter at the plate.
Tyson, pretty even mix, as is his usual. 54% fastballs, 46% breaking balls. And nice job by Rivera.
We saw him pick one of those sliders to his backhand, but then he blocks this one. This is absolutely picture perfect for Rene Rivera. And it's that trust factor for Tyson Ross to be able to throw that slider in the dirt against a Matt Holliday.
Here's 1-2. Tapper, Solarte going to try to cut down the runner at the plate. And he does. He gets Carpenter. Nice catch and throw by Yangervis Solarte.
Well, Matt Holliday pounds his fastball in on the ground, and Solarte does a nice job giving a throw that Rene Rivera can handle. He misses the first tag and tags him out here.
Now Mike Matheny talks it over with Tony Randazzo, the home plate umpire. Let's take another look at the tag, or the attempt anyway.
Well, he misses him on the first one, then he goes back and tries to tag him here. Just wondering if Rene Rivera gave him a lane. This is something that is very debatable. Solarte makes a nice accurate throw to Rivera. That throw takes him into that blocking the plate zone where you almost have to. It looked like that right foot might have even got in there.
So the Cardinals will challenge the call. And Buddy on the phone as well. As we mentioned before, the Cardinals not much success challenging. This should be interesting, though, because I think you make a great point. This is one of the hardest rules to, I think, keep clear, and that is whether or not the catcher allows the lane, because as you point out, the throw takes you in there. What are your options?
Yeah, especially coming from left field, that third base position. It's almost impossible for the catcher to get in a position to not only block the plate, but not give that lane.
So they're going to talk over the collision rule, and he is ruled out at the plate, as was the initial call. So the call is confirmed. And Matt Carpenter cut down by Yangervis Solarte and Rene Rivera.
Nice job all around, but again, the pitch by Tyson Ross, that moving fastball to Matt Holliday, inducing the ground ball. Another ground ball in a situation where you had to have that with infield in.
Matt Adams. Adams struck out in the first, flied out in the third. So St. Louis now out of challenges. Padres still have theirs.
Well, again, Mike, the St. Louis Cardinals not scoring runs with your big guys up there. Matt Holliday in a situation where you have to try to elevate a fly ball to the outfield, much like Colton Wong did in the first run. Again, that Cardinal offense that is struggling to produce runs in big situations.
That ball is ripped. and Adams does beat the shift. Holiday around second. He'll move over to third base, and the Cardinals again with runners at first and third.
Well, it's just an absolute rocket. You see that hanging slider. It's much easier for the hitters to make that adjustment with that hanging slider. Mark Kotsay down near the dugout. You were close to that. Pretty good swing by Matt Adams.
Yeah, real good swing. The ball came off the bat pretty fast. I'm just glad it didn't hook into this little camera well I'm sitting in.
Yeah, heads up down there.
I just want to pass along as well that was a crew chief challenge of the collision rule at the plate, so the Cardinals will keep their opportunity to challenge again. Cabrera on the backhand, short hop, nice play, another short hop, and Jerko picks it out of the grip to get Matt Adams at second base. Challenging on both ends, Cabrera to Jerko. Get another look at this one, a rocket, the pick, the flip, and another pick. We're tied at 1. Great ball game here at Petco Park. This is the first game of 3 between the Cardinals and the Padres. We're tied at 1 in the bottom of the 5th inning. Our Fan Diego fan of the game.
Please join the Padres in welcoming U.S. Marine Staff Sergeant Josh Smith, who returned home a few days early from a 1-year deployment to Korea.
Marine Staff Sergeant Josh Smith was going to be back August 1st. Came in a little bit early, surprised his wife.
That was one of the coolest moments. Pretty awesome.
See it in a little while when guy came out to catch a first pitch, remember, and from a little girl, took off his mask in Tampa, lifts off the mask, and it's Dad. Jed Jerko aboard here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Got a tie ball game, 1-1. With Jerko aboard, it'll bring up Rene Rivera, face Lance Lynn. Oh yeah, get you a little beverage, social sparkler.
Yeah, Ozzie Smith jersey in St. Louis.
You played with Ozzie.
Yeah, it was so much fun. Had the benefit of him not starting, so he was right next to me in the dugout, and I got to pick his brain. Not a bad way to learn the game.
You ever see better hands?
Omar Vizquel is probably the closest thing, and it's a close 1 and 2, and it doesn't matter who you put in that situation. They were both incredible at shortstop. Mark Kotze, one of your favorite teammates that you remember just learning the game about?
Early on in my career, I had a few good teammates at Florida. Craig Counsell being one. Craig ended up, and I back with Milwaukee in 2011, and unfortunately got beat by these Cardinals in the NLCS. Fell short of our goal of a World Series venture, but Cardinals went on to win that World Series that year as well.
So much of this game is how much you have interaction with great teammates, people that teach you the game, and when you leave the game, so many of those memories. Hitting coach for the Cardinals, my roommate, John Mabry. He and I had so much fun, a former Padre.
1-2.
What you learn in the game by the process of being a sponge to so many veteran players that have gone through this game and really set so many different accolades. A Willie McGee, Ozzie Smith in St. Louis, a Gary Gaetti, Dennis Eckersley. You can name them nonstop, and that's what taught you the game of baseball, along with the coaches.
3 balls, 2 strikes now to Rivera. You got to be blown away by the skill set some of your teammates would have, and I'm sure they're appreciative of yours. But when you sit there next to an Ozzie Smith, how long does it take to get past the awe factor?
Well, it is an off factor, but you also know that you're at that level, and you learn so many things. It's a work ethic. It's how they prepare for a game. So much of the knowledge is just watching. I marvel at the ability and the talent level at this game. Even today, seeing the talent level that's in front of us and why it's the elite level in the big leagues.
Ripped and foul. Nice try by the man in a fedora, or I believe it's called is it a trilby? How do you say it? Trilby, a trilby. I took, you talk about learning from the big leaguers. I try to learn that from Mark Grant, who's such a hat aficionado.
Oh, yeah.
And I blew it.
Well, he's saying his hands are okay. He charged a scalding line drive, which is not a great decision. I would have had a tough time charging that with a glove on. Not that I wore too many gloves. That was an absolute laser. So is this.
That'll fall into right field for a base hit. So Rivera picks up the Padres' 3rd hit of the ball game.
Well, Mike, we saw some home runs on the road trip, and then Rene Rivera also going the opposite way. Take a look at this location on the fastball, and what a beautiful swing by Rene Rivera. You can see that bat going down through that ball right there and backspinning it even to the opposite way. And I think Rene Rivera has done a much better job backing the ball up a little bit. Seen some home run power, but also opposite field line drive hitting by Rene Rivera.
So after Jerko hit by a pitch, Rivera base hit. Ross nubs it foul.
Tyson Ross has to help himself in this situation. Mark Kotze and down there, Tyson Ross, starting pitcher in the big leagues. You know you're in close games. What's his job here?
Yeah, his job is to get this sacrifice bunt down and preferably into the first baseman's hands over here. I think if he does that, we can execute and get runners at second and third and basically get it a little bit easier for Everett Cabrera to drive in a run.
And it is. It's that team offense concept that you have to have. And his defense is making it tough for pinching in. That's what's happening. And this defense pinched in so much is forcing the hand of Tyson Ross to try to hit a hard ground ball past those infielders. I'd like to see a soft bunt right back at Lance Lynn. Put it in his hands.
In tight. That'll do it for Tyson. He squared it. Yeah, it looks like Tyson was unsure as to whether they were calling him out for fouling it away.
I think it hit his hand too, and that's the reason why he's probably walking back. That's his pitching hand.
That's one thing to be upset. You just got to hope he's not hurt.
That's that two-seam fastball that was running in on Tyson Ross.
So he squares, it hits him in the hand, so that's strike 3.
Well, for all those youngsters out there, and especially when that third baseman, first baseman push in on those bunts, when it's softly back at that pitcher, put it in the pitcher's hands. There's not many pitchers that want to go out there and execute a throw down to third base, and a lot of times you'll see that mistake being made.
Well, that's twice that Ross had been up, and the count had gotten to 2 strikes, and just couldn't put it together.
Yeah, Todd Hutchinson, the head trainer for the Padres, checking in on Tyson Ross.
Softly to center field, Jay puts it away. Two down. Well, on that replay, that pitch to Ross has made it what looked like much worse impact. It's relieving to see him there holding the towel, just gently squeezing his hand.
Well, there are a lot of thoughts in Tyson Ross's mind with swinging on those first 2 pitches, having to lay a bunt down with 2 strikes, and ricocheting off that pitching hand.
That baseball might be flat on one side. Tyson Ross, tough. Goodness.
I don't care who you are. Taking a fastball off the hand does not feel good.
You know, not to mention, you watch him square, so he's holding the bat fairly firmly, you know, almost resisting the speed of the ball. And well, so far so good, at least in as much as the injury front goes. Here's Alexi Amarista. Alexi, a sacrifice fly, scoring the Padres' only run in the 3rd. Why not drive in the go-ahead run? Jed Jerko out there at second base. Rene Rivera at first. And right at a busy John Jay. Jerko hit by a pitch. Rivera a single. We're still tied at 1. The 6th inning here, Petco Park. Padres Cardinals. First game of 3 between these teams. 6-day, 6-game homestand. Cardinals in for 3, then the Braves in for 3. Lance Lynn against Tyson Ross. Good pitching matchup.
Well, as advertised, you can see the pitch count 92 for Tyson Ross coming into this inning. For Lance Lynn, getting out of a jam right there with first and second, no outs, and not scoring for the Padres.
A.J. Pierzynski, Alan Craig, John Jay to face Tyson here in the top of the 6th. Well, keep an eye on that right hand, huh?
Yeah, you can see the 3 on the right side. Defensive shift, and then the outfield is swung around to that left center for A.J. Pierzynski.
First pitch up, ball 1. Count even at a ball and a strike. Well, Tyson just gave that pitch the right cross. And hand seems to be fine right now early. 1-1. Pierzynski fouls it away. Ball and 2 strikes.
Mark Kotze, your impressions of Tyson Ross tonight? I know he's been real good in July, but what do you think of tonight?
I think it's the same old Tyson. You know, he struggles a little bit with his command, but he keeps his team in the game, gives us a chance to win. And you know, to see A.J. Pierzynski strike out in a game, you don't see that very often. He's a pretty good contact hitter.
Yeah, Pierzynski, struck out in the 2nd, flat out in 4th. Pierzynski, interesting story. Wasn't he there in Cooperstown for his buddy Frank Thomas?
Yep.
The induction ceremony. Worked out a deal with the Cardinals.
Well, there were a couple teams interested in him, and he wanted to have an opportunity to play for a contender. Why not go with St. Louis last year, being in the World Series and losing to Boston?
And Pierzynski down on strikes twice now tonight. Let's check out the Cholula flamethrower.
It's hot sauce. 96 miles an hour.
You've been waiting all night for that, haven't you?
Maybe.
I know you. Between you and the dog days and the hot sauce.
Do you not love Cholula?
It's a full
How about
evening
96 with movement? That's hot sauce.
That is. 5 strikeouts now for Tyson. Alan Craig. 239, 7 home runs, 44 RBIs. A year ago, an all-star, hit .315 with 13 home runs and 97 runs driven in. 100 pitches now for Tyson. Pretty efficient 6th to this point. You know, some clubs advocate pitching to contact. I don't know that Tyson subscribes to that.
Well, he's a strikeout thrower, and he has a lot of weapons to get you out. Now he's getting that 2-seam fastball working, which we've seen him working off the edges tonight, adding to that pitch count. But that slider is devastating. Now he can put away the first 2 strikeouts of the game were on fastballs. Just love watching Tyson Ross compete.
Nasty. Craig, no shot. Strikes out for the 2nd time tonight. Does punch out number 6 for Tyson.
Yeah, and he works upstairs with his 4-seam fastball. Over the loop of the swing by Alan Craig. He works under the baseball, and Tyson Ross continues to strike out Cardinal hitters in different ways.
You know what else is nice to see? He's posting every start.
I thought you were going to say hot sauce.
Never bad. You know, when we go into the season and we talk with the club about who they expect to be in the rotation, and Now we're seeing young guys like Jesse Hahn come up and contribute, and new faces like Odrisamer Despaigne, who you'll see in this series, contribute. We expected Andrew Cashner, Ian Kennedy, maybe even Josh Johnson had he been healthy to contribute, but Tyson's numbers and ability to adjust to what Darren Balsley and Buddy Black have been teaching has been really impressive.
Yeah, and the pitching staff has been tremendous, but you're right, Tyson Ross, and I think some people were surprised at the All-Star nod, but you're seeing the confidence in what his ability going out there and dominating with strikeouts.
You mean like that? Striking out the side, Pierzynski, Craig, Jay. I suppose being hit in the hand by a pitch didn't affect him as he punches out the side. We're tied at 1. Towards San Diego. Good ball game. Lance Lynn against Tyson Ross. We're tied at 1 in the bottom of the 6th. Yangervis Solarte will lead off, then Seth Smith. Will Venable scheduled against Lance Lynn. As Darren Balsley, the pitching coach, talks things over with Tyson. Ross now up to 106 pitches. Struck out the side in the top of the 6th after being hit in the hand previous half inning up there to bunt. Worried that he might have shown some effects, but looked good there in the 6th. Striking out Pierzynski, Craig, and Jay.
Well, Mark Kotze next to the dugout. Third time around against Lance Lynn. What were the adjustments you would make if you were in the Padres situation?
Well, I think Lance has started to use a little bit more off speed early in the count, so I think you want to just be selective, get a good fastball to hit, and you know, base runners is key this inning. We had base runners last inning, so hopefully we can get some base runners and continue to put pressure on Lance Lynn. He's tired. You know, 2 innings ago he had to run first to third. I thought last inning was our chance to get him, but I think if he leaves some balls up right here, we need to make him pay.
That's a good point. Running the bases for a starting pitcher, and Lance Lynn going first to third, sliding into third, exerting some energy. This is when these guys will make some mistakes. Padre hitters have to capitalize.
Like Blaine Boyer might be ready in the Padres bullpen. As Solarte will draw a leadoff walk. Bring up Seth Smith. Hey fans, the countdown's on. Get ready for the season with Extra 1360 Fox Sports San Diego. Don't miss out. Exclusive training camp interviews from the Chargers. Updates, news straight from Chargers Park. We'll have it for you tonight after SD Live, which is right after Padres Live, the post-game show. Right here, Fox Sports San Diego.
I'm excited for the Chargers. Started this Wednesday. I'm a Seattle Seahawks fan, but when you live in San Diego, I mean, what the Chargers did last year, getting into the playoffs and doing real well, and high expectations this year.
Should be. Brought in some good people, good players. Tom Telesco, the GM, Mike McCoy in his second year. Got Phillip Rivers and company.
Sorry about my sea chickens last year.
Is that the only reason you even brought this up? Was to gloat?
I mean, why not? Seattle Seahawks fan since Jim Zorn, the left-handed quarterback, and they win the whole thing.
Let me ask
they
you
weren't
this.
even expected to win.
Be honest with me now. As a
why are you asking me to be honest? You act like I'm lying.
Well, I know that most of the time when you and I talk, and it comes to football, you don't tell the truth very often.
Right.
Russell Wilson, did you see this coming?
I did not see it coming. But he's a winner. Do whatever it takes to win, and he won the big one last year. Put that ring on their finger. By the way, go Irish. I love football. I love at the end of the year, baseball, football. It's a great mix. It's the best time of the year.
You done? Go Irish. Please, you went to Maine.
I could be an Irish fan. I'll be a hater.
Maine doesn't even have. Do they even have a football team?
Yeah, I went up there to play football.
Like I said, do they even have a football team?
It's not like they're a powerhouse, so they're on playing, on national TV every weekend.
1-1 ball game. Here's Seth Smith. After Solarte threw the first walk issued tonight by Lance Lynn.
Oh, what a take. That two-seamer off the plate, and Seth Smith works out a great at-bat.
I think Marcotte had the point there. He thought maybe Lance Lynn was getting tired. And Lynn, here in the bottom of the sixth, walks Solarte and then follows with a walk to Seth Smith.
Yeah, I think the Cardinals dugout is chirping at home plate umpire Tony Randazzo. And he has not been giving that two-seamer off the plate. Making him throw it on there, and you see the last pitch here. This two-seamer, and Seth Smith takes this. That is off the plate. Throw it back, AJ.
Will Venable. Venable has not put down a sacrifice bunt this season.
We saw Blaine Boyer ready in the Padres bullpen. That means they got to try to get a win for Tyson Ross.
Push something across here, be nice. Give Tyson an even record at 10-10 if he can win tonight. Heart and hustle winner too. Carpenter in at third. And popped up. Kozinski unable to execute. And the fans are letting Will know.
Well, you can see Will Venable drops the barrel of the bat. Ball pops up, and A.J. Brzezinski makes a nice diving play. Frustrations for the Padre offense, doing those little things. Those are the ones that get you over the hump of winning baseball. Now you're putting the pressure on that hitter, try to drive the run in instead of being second and third and being able to drive him in with a sacrifice fly or a ground ball.
Padres 1 for 6 with runners in scoring position as Yonder Alonso fouls that ball away.
Marcotte, Yonder Alonso's process in this at bat.
I think Yonder's got to get the ball up and just try and drive a ball to left center. He rolled over his last at bat. The focus for Yonder always, when Yonder's going good, he's using the middle of the field effectively, as most left-handed hitters do when we let the ball travel. So right here, he just got to let it travel and get a pitch up.
And Lynn off the plate again. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, so interesting that Marcotte talks about, because for Lance Lynn, and you watch some of the starts, that hard contact from left-handed hitters is usually the middle of the field to left center. It's the reason why that two-seamer. So when you let it travel, you let it go deep as far as you can, just like that. And that's a foul ball, but the right process, trying to take that right swing. let that ball travel. You're in a stronger position from the hitter's standpoint. Still got to fire those hands, but hold your ground. A lot of those hitters that'll take their head forward, push forward, really have a tough time hitting the ball the other way. That's been an adjustment for Yonder Alonso. Try to control that head.
Now Lynn misses inside there. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I tell you what, Mr. Padre, number 19, did it as good as anybody. The 5.5 hole, I don't care. In a big situation, you're going to see a line drive somewhere. And Tony Gwynn, as we see there, the number, he would back the ball up and be able to use his hands so well.
Softly, shallow left coming on is Holiday. And Alonso's gone, 2 down. So the failed bunt attempt by Venable and the fly ball by Alonso, 2 on and 2 out now.
Well, here's the pitch by pitch, that 2-seamer away, and you got a little bit long on that pitch, and you got to stay short with Lance Lynn. Even with that fastball, he showed him in, and then he went to that hard 4-seamer, and the frustration from the Padre hitters. And Yonder Alonso getting a little bit big, getting underneath the baseball. Happens to everybody that's played this game.
Jed Jerko. Grounded out, was hit by a pitch. Padres showed some offense on the road, though shut out yesterday in Atlanta, losing 2-0. And then shut out in the first game of the trip, 6-0 to the Cubs. But in between, scored 8 runs, 13 runs, 5 runs.
You've seen Lance Lynn try to pound Jed Jerko in, especially with that 2-seamer. That looked like a borderline pitch, too. Very hard to keep fair because of the movement on that pitch. I'd like to see Jed Jerko give him that pitch for 2 strikes. Look out over the plate. As we see from our Fox Tracks by Southland Technology at number 2, it's inside fastball off the plate.
Lynn now over 100 pitches at 102. Padres scored a run in the 3rd on a sacrifice fly by Alexi Amarista. Cardinals answered with a run in the 5th. Into left field, it's going to fall in front of Holiday. Solarte around 3rd. Here's the throw home, and it's going to be close. Pierzynski doesn't have it, and Solarte's in. The Padres lead 2-1. Very close play at the plate, and Solarte is able to get across, give the Padres a lead.
Just good hitting by Jed Jerko. And this is an elevated 2-seamer, a lot easier to pull your hands in, and he keeps it fair. That line drive to left. And then Solarte going around 3rd base. Watch A.J. Pierzynski trying to drop that shin pad on him. He understands this is a big run. He takes that left shin pad and drops it right on with that ball coming inside. Nice slide by Solarte.
So the leadoff walk to Solarte pays off. Seth Smith now over at 3rd base, and Jed Jerko, the runner, at 1st. Here's Rene Rivera. Reached on an error and has a single.
Well, that had to feel good for Jed Jerko, coming off the disabled list in a big situation. Coming up huge for the Padres, and also Tyson Ross. Tyson very appreciative of Jed Jerko's approach at the plate, and a big knock and an RBI.
Tyson's not likely done. And gets his 2nd run of support here in the bottom of the 6th.
You can and see how hard that is to stay inside that two-seam fastball.
Tommy Medica waits on deck. If Rivera can reach. No balls, 2 strikes.
You see that command, it's not there for Lance Lynn now. He's used a lot of effort. 107 pitches to this point. A lot of pitches this inning.
Yeah, it looks like now when Lynn's missing, he's missing by a bunch.
Yeah, he's used that two-seamer so much inside to the right-handed hitter. He's not commanding that glove side fastball. 2 out RBIs are killers for the opposition.
And misses wide again. Remember, he was ahead of Rivera 0-2. Now behind the count full.
And Jed Jerko set to run with a 3-2 count, 2 outs. Shoot the gap and score 2.
There goes Jed, and it is ball 4. So 3 walks in the inning, issued by Lance Lynn. After he hadn't walked anybody all night. Padres numbers there with runners in scoring position in the season: 208, 2 for 9 tonight. And Tommy Medica will get called back. It'll be Yasmani Grandal on the pinch hit in the pitcher spot. The Cardinals manager Mike Matheny will let Lynn sort of work his way out of this. He's walked 3 in the inning. RBI single by Jed Jerko.
Mark Kotze, this was your job a couple years. What's your approach for Yasmani Grandal in this situation?
Well, I think that was a good take right there, first pitch. You know, Yasmani's here. He knows that Lynn's struggling with command. Make him throw you a strike. Really just key in on one spot.
A.J. Brzezinski's upset at that because he's holding it, and that's why you're probably hearing some talk from the Cardinals bench. That ball's off the plate, and Randazzo, the home plate umpire, has not been giving that pitch. You see our Fox tracks by Southland Technology at number 2, way off the plate. And that'll frustrate you.
Smith, Jerko, Rivera on the bases. Yasmani Grandal ahead 3-0. Lance Lynn really struggling with his command here in the bottom of the 6th. Grandal with a chance to really leave a mark on Lynn, too.
Nice short swing. Let him supply the power. That's not a short swing. What I mean about let him supply the power, the velocity on Lance Lynn's fastball. All you got to do is put that sweet spot of the bat on the baseball. That'll take off.
There go the runners as it's fouled away. Lynn, frustrated, is able to get Grandal, strikeout, end the sixth, but damage done. Jed Jerko able to deliver the RBI single, gives the Padres a 2-1 lead. Summary. Padres looking to get a little something going. Thought they had a help on the way when Rene Rivera would bounce into a two-base error by Colton Wong and pick up a run in the third. Cardinals would score a run in the fifth after this sacrifice fly from Amarista. Then the Cardinals would put a little something together here. Lance Lynn, base hit past the outstretched Everett Cabrera, then Colton Wong with the RBI. Jed Jerko in the bottom of the sixth inning. Drive in Yangervis Solarte on the slide. Pierzynski, the ball underneath Solarte. And a frustrated Lance Lynn trails 2-1.
Well, just solid at bats for the Padres last half. The walks by Solarte and Smith, putting them up in situations, and Jed Jerko coming up with that big RBI single.
Here's Oscar Taveras. And Blaine Boyer is the new Padres pitcher.
Well, you see Blaine Boyer in a situation by Drew Ford, and he's been doing a nice addition for Bud Black in this relief corps. Coming in, throwing that fastball curveball mix.
Boyer pitched a couple of days ago in Atlanta, hitting in a third, a hit, a couple of strikeouts. Taveras, one of the bright young prospects for the Cardinals. They've tried to give him a little bit of time in right field, give Alan Craig a chance to find his stroke, and Taveras has been slow to get hot. Bouncing ball up the middle. Jerko can't get to it. And a base hit for Taveras. The Cardinal half of the seventh. So in between innings is Lance Lynn. Walked 3 in the inning. Frustrated, no doubt. Gave up a go-ahead run. So is manager Mike Matheny. They're giving the whole plate umpire, Tony Randazzo, an earful.
Yeah, I think Mike Matheny was upset at Randazzo looking into the dugout. But credit Tony Randazzo with his strike zone, being consistent with what he's given. And you saw from our Fox tracks, those balls were off the plate. I think just the intensity part of the game and added to the frustration from the Cardinals standpoint. And you saw A.J. Pierzynski trying to stick the ball. They were off the plate. Can't blame him trying to get strikes for his pitcher, but that adds to that intensity, and you saw in between innings.
Here's Matt Carpenter. He's walked twice and doubled. You know, I've always wondered that, too, when a catcher holds pitches like that, as you see Kevin Quackenbush, Alex Torres getting loose in the Padres pen. It's one thing to hold it just to make a point. It's another thing, isn't it, to linger?
Yeah, you know, Tony Randazzo has 14 and a half years in the game. So that'll frustrate a lot of umpires, just like the hitters looking back and arguing balls and strikes.
Rivera able to stay with it. Blocks up the pitch from Blaine Boyer.
We've all been there, and I think A.J. Brzezinski knows all of the umpires very, very well, unless it's a rookie umpire. They have that chemistry. He's been there. He understands what Tony Randazzo's doing. But these umpires have a lot of pride, and I think they also get frustrated at being shown up in situations.
And Carpenter, known to be a very patient hitter, takes ball 2.
This is a big scenario here for the Padres because this is a good hitters count. You got a decent runner with Taveras at first base. Carpenter that can handle the bat. Might be a hit and run situation.
Ripped and foul. Alonso laying out. That ball got past him in a hurry.
Yeah, Alonso just misses this play, but it also almost misses David Rackley, who has to make the call, whether it's fair or foul.
Solarte at third, Cabrera shortstop, Jerko at second, and Alonso holding on to Taveras at first. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Matt Carpenter. Around the West tonight, Dodgers and Braves tied at 4 in the 6th. Giants trail the Pirates 3-1 in the 8th. And the Rockies and Cubs are tied at 3 in the 11th. Reds beat the Diamondbacks tonight 3-0. And Carpenter, strikeout victim for Boyer. Get one more look at it.
You see this breaking ball, and it is a big strikeout for Blaine Boyer and the Padres. That's Carpenter's 52nd strikeout on the road, only 27 at home.
What do you attribute that to? A stat like that?
Yeah, it just maybe the familiarity of his home field, that batter's eye, what comes into play. Being on the road, just seeing different elements and expanding the strike zone.
All those strikeouts, Carpenter's still a .320 hitter on the road. And .246 at home. Go figure. Love the game, though. Colton Wong. 1 out, 1 on. Pops up the bunt. Anybody get to it? No. Rivera, nice effort sliding on the shin guards. Just couldn't get to it. Tuesday night baseball here at Petco. Crowd 33,521 in attendance. First of 3. 0-2 to Wong. Inside. 1-2.
That's a good fastball by Blaine Boyer. 95 with cutting action to it.
See some good pitching in this series, folks. You get a chance, hop on out here to the ballpark. Jesse Hahn going tomorrow in Game 2. Odrisamer Despaigne on Thursday. Joe Kelly and Shelby Miller going for the Redbirds. Won't see the ace, Adam Wainwright. You see Jesse. Jesse Hahn 6-2. ERA of 2.12. And the O-Dog, Odrisamer Despaigne, 2-2. ERA also outstanding, 1.66. And Tyson Ross going tonight. And it's Blaine Boyers now. Blaine in the bullpen can hold it right here. Tyson Ross pick up his 10th win of the year. A lot of baseball, though, left to be played.
Well, Colton Wong bounced into a double play in the first inning. This is what the Padres would love to see in this situation.
See if that's enough. Over to Cabrera. He can only get one. Let's check in with Kate Osborne. Kate?
Thanks, Mike. Well, the Padres and the Cardinals started a little friendly competition even before the series started today, thanks to Blaine Boyer and Adam Wainwright. Adam, who was actually in Blaine's wedding, played a little prank on Blaine today by turning his locker upside down. Well, Blaine was not happy about that, and he took revenge, cut up his game pants, that's Wainwright's game pants, and put hair gel into Adam's shoes. I went and talked to Adam later, and he tried to say so seriously. I asked him if he had any words for me. He said, I better not advertise potential retaliation attempts. He later then smiled. Mark Sweeney, you were saying earlier that you made a lot of friends. Did you end up playing any pranks on friends?
A lot of pranks, and you have a lot of time on your hands, and pranks like that can get you in trouble, though. Be careful of that. But it's so much fun. This game, it's those relationships that you have. Blaine Boyer and Adam Wainwright's relationship. Your teammates. I was on 7 different teams, so I had teammates everywhere.
Were they playing pranks on you, or were you playing pranks on them?
Everything. If you play a prank, you're in.
Here goes the runner to the throw down from Rivera. The tag by Jerko. Not in time, and Colton Wong has a stolen base.
Well, this young man can definitely run. He gets on first base, and why not? Rene Rivera makes a nice throw to Jed Jerko, and the tag is just a little bit late.
Has 15 stolen bases on the year for Wong.
You saw Blaine Boyer with that big leg kick, and Colton Wong picked a perfect pitch to run on.
The ball and a strike to Matt Holliday. St. Louis 0 for 5, runners in scoring position. And hot smash to Jerko. He'll glove it on a hop and retire Holliday. Stolen base for naught. Padres lead 2-1. San Diego presents Padres baseball, and it's brought to you by RCP Block and Briggs. Start your outdoor project at rcpblock.com. By Petco, the power of together. And by your San Diego Lexus dealer. Spectacular Tuesday evening, the first of 3 games between the Padres and the Cardinals. And what a special night it has been. 2-1 where we stand. Special Marine Staff Sergeant Josh Smith, deployed to Korea more than a year, comes home in the 2nd inning, surprises his wife in the stands. She expects him home August 1st. He shows up tonight. Saluting the first responders as well, and as always, we honor those men and women who serve this country. And if you're going to go military, you go camo jersey, and it's the dog days. You bring your dog to the ballpark. What else you want on a Tuesday in San Diego?
I want to win. That's what I want.
You'll get that. Stay positive, my friend. Jason Mott is the new Cardinals pitcher on in relief of Lance Lynn. Can't rush the process, Mark. 9 innings, you know that.
Now for Jason Mott, a lot of fastballs, and it's fastballs and cutters. Mixes in a changeup occasionally, but this is fastball heavy. This is a converted catcher. Was a former closer and now working off of Tommy John and coming back and still keeping up that velocity.
92 gets past A.J. Pierzynski. Cabrera, Amarista, and Solarte. 1-2-3 here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Everett with a base hit in the 3rd inning. You mentioned Mott, former closer, 42 saves. Tied for the league lead back in 2012. And they've got some big arms in that Cardinal bullpen.
Oh, Mike, he had Tommy John, but a lot of people say 12 to 18 months when you get back, but you're still working back to that full strength. You might be able to pitch in the big leagues, but perform at a high level, an elite level, and Jason Mott's trying to get back to that closer level. They have a pretty good one in Trevor Rosenthal.
Rolled to Wong at second. Off-speed pitch gets Cabrera. 1 down here in the bottom of the 7th inning. You come back from injury, you get a little bit craftier maybe. Go off speed, and you'll get the leadoff man Cabrera. Lexi Amarista drove in the first run of the ball game. Sacrifice fly in the 3rd. Scored Rene Rivera. Cardinals answer with a run in the 5th. Padres with a run in the bottom of the 6th. Tyson Ross maybe didn't have his best command, but able to scuffle through. Goes 6 innings, 1 run. You're talking to a lot of the guys who pitch in the big leagues, and you know this better than most. How often is it you're going to be out there with your best stuff, with your best command?
Well, I think that's what separates you from gaining confidence and going the other direction. And Tyson Ross tonight without his great stuff.
And Marista gone, 2 outs. Well, folks, hopefully tonight you'll have a chance. You'll catch San Diego sports media all on SD Live. We got a town hall meeting for you. It's an all new episode. We have guests from local media outlets, including Extra 1360, Fox Sports San Diego, UT, Mighty 1090, Fox 5. We got a roundtable discussion. We're going to talk about the Padres and the Chargers, the Aztecs, kind of the state of San Diego sports.
You do a great job on that show.
Your act is so tired. You and that small dog of yours. When are you going to come on the show, by the way?
I mean, you got a town hall meeting. I can't even make it. But you do a great job.
Thank
Seriously.
you. Appreciate that. Brooke Roberts, co-host. Hopefully you catch us after Padres Live post-game show. Yangervis Solarte, 1-run ball game. Solarte scored the go-ahead run in the bottom of the 6th. He'd walk to lead things off as Kevin Quackenbush gets loose. And he scored on the Jed Jerko base hit. Gave you the attendance number a moment ago, 33,521 plus 500 dogs. With an actual head count. Rough. Shih Tzu? Is that what your dog is?
However you want to say it.
It's a family show. That's how I choose to say it. I have 2 golden retrievers.
I bet you I'm saying it wrong, too.
Golden retriever.
I can say that.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Solarte. Up high, ball 3. How about that one?
Look at Samoyed Husky. How about them apples?
A good looking pooch. Pierzynski to the screen. Look at back into this. That guy just played off the back. Into the hat. Any way you can get it done. So Solarte get another try at Jason Mott. And fouls off that pitch.
Well, what I like about Solarte, he's got some intentions in his swing from both sides of the plate. In Atlanta, we saw him hit a home run from the right side. I like his style. He's an aggressive hitter, works the counts.
3-2, pulls this ball right field. It's got some legs. Does it have the distance? It
and
does.
I like that.
Home run, Yangervis Solarte. Second home run of the year for the Padres. 5 in his time with the Yankees, and it's a 3-1 Padres lead.
Like, this is such good hitting, and you watch him pull his hands in on this fastball inside. Keeping it fair, using his lower half, driving this ball right down on that right field corner. It's an aggressive swing with 2 outs, and you can see him watching it, taking a good look. This stays straight as an arrow right down the right field line. What a great swing by Yangervis Solarte.
Great name.
Great name.
Well, you mentioned it. Intent to do a little damage. And he got off to a hot start early in the season when he was a member of the Yankees. Came over a week ago today in the Chase Headley deal. And full count of Jason Mott. Solarte makes the Cardinals pay.
Well, that's a big run for the Padres. You understand the bullpen has been very good this year. A 1-run lead extended to a 2-run lead. That's big.
Smith hard out to left field. It's Holiday. Tucks it away for the 3rd out. Padres, they'll pick up another. Jason Mott surrenders a full count solo shot to Yangervis Solarte down the right field line. 3-1 Padres.
Peralta working on Padres Live, the postgame show presented by Cox Communications. And what a gem by Tyson Ross out there. Maybe didn't have his best stuff, but now they'll hand the ball over to Kevin Quackenbush to finish it off for the 8th inning, and then hopefully Joaquin Benoit after that.
That's right, the back end of our bullpen. We got a 3-1 lead here. Quackenbush's job is to keep base runners off base, turn the ball over to Mr. Benoit, and hopefully we get a Padres 3-1 win.
Very cool. Coming up on Padres Live, the post-game show. After the game is over, we will hear from Buddy Black. We'll also have a preview of SD Live. Mike Pomeranz, always such a great job on that show.
You're right, Chris.
Got to get a little extra money in your paychecks for that. You know what? It's a lot of fun. Brooke Roberts, co-host. Lloyd Maxon, the producer. Great job bringing in some of the best guests around. Hope you'll join us for that. Kevin Quackenbush is the new Padres pitcher.
Yeah, I'm talking about great job. Kevin Quackenbush now in more important situations for Bud Black and the bullpen. I'm very impressed with this young man. This is a closer in the minor leagues.
He's pitched very, very well. And then you figure it'll be Benoit's shot in the end. But here in the top of the 8th, Matt Adams, Johnny Peralta, A.J. Pierzynski to face Quackenbush. Heavy shift once again for Adams. Jerko in shallow right field. Solarte and Cabrera. Solarte's home run in the bottom of the 7th measured at 342 feet. That's good enough in that right field corner. And down goes Adams. First out here in the 8th. So Tyson, as they mentioned, not his best command, but battled through it.
Well, there's a four-seamer that gets Alan Craig to strike out. Then the two-seam fastball on that arm side, you can see the movement on that. And then the devastating slider. That fastball command and then the slider off of that fastball. Well, like I was saying earlier, Tyson Ross not having full command of his fastball tonight, but winning without your stuff. That's the point that you have to make about Tyson Ross being educated in the game, taking those next steps. Because you have to have the ability, and you heard Mark Kotsay talk about it during the game. Tyson Ross did a good job of giving his team an opportunity to win a ball game tonight. The big hit by Jed Jerko, and then Solarte adding to the lead. That's why I think Bud Black and Darren Balsley right there are very happy the maturation process of Tyson Ross.
1-1 to Peralta, fouled away. And we had mentioned a moment ago about how Kevin Quackenbush is a closer in the minor leagues, and he put up literally video game numbers.
Yeah.
Just absurd numbers. 2013, he had 31 innings in Double-A, 16 hits. 31 innings, he struck out 46 hitters. Goes to Triple-A, 34 innings, 38 strikeouts.
Well, I think what the Padres really love about Kevin Quackenbush, he has that ability to lock in and embrace those big situations. And moving forward, I think Kevin Quackenbush is going to be putting some tough situations, and they're going to see how he handles it moving forward. This young man could move into the 8th inning and possibly close down the line. And I wouldn't be afraid to put him in those big situations. The numbers you talk about necessarily don't translate into the big leagues, but he's been impressive.
Peralta, a one-out base hit. Amarista up with it, fires it into second base, and Cabrera will flip it to Jed. And Peralta aboard with his first base hit tonight.
It's another fastball that leaked over the middle of the plate. Johnny Peralta understands how to do that. Puts that head right down on the baseball and through for that nice line drive to center field. Nice approach by Peralta.
That'll bring up the Cardinals backstop, A.J. Pierzynski. Pierzynski 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts. This is his third game after signing with the Cardinals on Saturday.
Like swinging early. That's the reason why you see that breaking ball early. A.J. Pierzynski and Tony Randazzo, the home plate umpire, are not on the same page tonight.
Pierzynski and Lance Lynn, the starter for the Cardinals. Very frustrating evening for those two. Lynn and Pierzynski, 3 walks in the 6th inning. Go-ahead run scored by the Padres in that inning. Took a 2-1 lead, then a home run by Solarte in the 7th. It's a 3-1 ball game. You know, look at Quackenbush. Take me inside the mind of a hitter, because I can read a radar gun. It's not overpowering stuff.
No, it's movement, and it's that run on the fastball, as you saw in that last pitch. I think the development is honing in on that curveball and not losing location, that pinpoint command. And you can see on our Fox tracks that by Southland Technology, right on the edge, with that fastball command and that run on his fastball.
You find his motion deceptive at all?
Well, you never know unless you're in the batter's box, but he's probably hiding the baseball. And that 92-93 doesn't put fear in a lot of hitters' minds. But if you hide the baseball and not seeing it out of the hands, I always say, Mike, the hitters will indicate the type of stuff somebody has. You saw Peralta hitting a nice line drive on a mistake fastball over the middle of the plate. But if it's located, it makes it very tough.
I'll tell you how good your stuff is, huh? Did he go? Check down. Jim Wolf says no. So it's 2 balls, 2 strikes to Pierzynski. First time the Padres have seen the Cardinals this season. Last year won 2 out of 6. Padres home for 6 games. 3 against the Cardinals, 3 against the Braves. Slow roller. Alonso to Cabrera for 1. Back to first at Quackenbush. Not in time. We'll get Pierzynski.
What a nice play by Yonder Alonso. And the reason why I say that, came off the bag and just took the out at second base.
3-1 ball game. Well, as promised earlier in the game, we do have the AT&T fan photo. Tweet your photo to hashtag #SDFanPhoto. Chance for it to be shown in an upcoming game broadcast. It's brought to you by AT&T. Cabby. Much appreciated. It's a good looking group. AT&T fan photo. So now Pierzynski aboard. Here's Alan Craig. He's walked, struck out twice. Kevin Quackenbush looking to keep those good times rolling. He's worked scoreless ball in 26 of his 32 outings. You know, interesting spot too for Kevin, as you mentioned, getting a chance to learn, maybe graduate to the role of closer, having spent time now for him with Houston Street, now Joaquin Benoit.
Well, I think that's to the benefit of Kevin Quackenbush, having a Houston Street to be able to talk to and hear and listen. He goes to the Angels. You have Joaquin Benoit and a lot of communication down there. Dale Thayer, who also racked up saves in the minor leagues. Alex Torres. This is a close-knit group that they have. Yes, they lost Houston Street, but the knowledge that's down there benefits of Kevin Quackenbush.
I remember Houston saying often just how the mental side of the game was clearly the greater side of the game, especially in that closer role. And Trevor Hoffman, humble about it, but much the same way, and an ability to forget any failure that happens. I guess all ball players need that, but particularly a closer.
Well, Trevor Hoffman was the best I've ever seen in that. As a teammate, I watched that. I learned how to handle situations, how to put it aside, and be the best guy you could possibly be every single day out, no matter what happened the day before. Yes, Trevor Hoffman succeeded a lot, but everyone fails in this game, and Trevor Hoffman right there, number 51, who I think is going to be in the Hall of Fame in a couple years, did exactly that. He put it aside, his minimal failures, and the next day he dominated.
1-2 to Craig.
Like that ability to concentrate and be able to lock in, and the toughest thing to do is get the last 3 outs of the game. Kevin Quackenbush has done that in the minor league level. Now he's going to be put in more stressful situations by Bud Black and Darren Balsley. We're going to see how he handles it. See Ron Fowler.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to him. A belated happy birthday.
Chance to see his team at home. This ball hit well to center field. Back goes Amarista to the track. Looking up. Nice leaping catch. Up against the wall. Alexi Amarista. Nice ear-to-ear grin to back Kevin Quackenbush. Alan Craig gave it a ride, but Alexi Amarista would deny it. Heck of a catch. Padres lead 3-1. The Padres over the Cardinals in the bottom of the 8th. Here's your Subway in-game box score. Cabrera, Solarte, Smith, Jerko Rivera, all with hits. Solarte with the solo home run in the bottom of the 7th inning. Lance Lynn against Tyson Ross. So often you bill a pitching matchup doesn't quite live up to the hype, but tonight pretty good one. While Tyson Ross wasn't as sharp as he'd like to be, as you mentioned, Mark, really showing that he has the perseverance and the fortitude to compete, hold his team in a ball game even when he's not as sharpest.
Well, Mike, what you saw tonight is 2 starting pitchers only giving up 4 hits. They did walk some people, as we see Randy Choate, the left-hander out of Mike Matheny's bullpen, the fastball slider combination, heavy on the fastball, and you're going to see that a lot by these Cardinal pitchers. Very aggressive with the fastball.
Chris Denorfia hitting for Venable. Mike Matheny going with, 3 left-handers in the Cardinal pen? Choate pitched against Chicago a couple of days ago. Third of an inning, a strikeout. And historically, Chris Denorfia crushes left-handed pitching. A little bit softer numbers this year, but still very, very good against lefties. Randy Choate, 38 years old. Bouncing ball at third base. It'll be Carpenter up with it. And it retired Denorfia. One down. Joaquin Benoit. 24 saves a year ago for Detroit. Warm in the bullpen for Buddy Black. Here's Yonder Alonso. Yonder 0 for 3. 213 on the year, 5 home runs, 22 RBIs. Isn't that kind of year for the Padres? Bit nicked up. Tonight, Everth Cabrera back in the lineup. Jed Jerko at second and Yonder Alonso at first. All three losing time the disabled list. Remember, tomorrow it'll be game 2 of this series. Jesse Hunt against Joe Kelly. Padres Live, the pregame show at 6:30. And Choate too far inside. That'll get Alonso. So he's hit by the pitch. He'll go down to first base. And Mike Matheny motions to the bullpen. That'll be all for Randy Choate. Padres holding on to a 2-run lead. Back with more baseball from Petco in a moment. Fifth inning, the Cardinals had already scored 1 run. They've got Matt Carpenter at third base. Watch this bouncing ball to Yangervis Solarte.
Yeah, in our Fox vision, you see Solarte, a small window, and Rene Rivera receives this ball, tries to apply the tag. Now Carpenter tries to do his matrix and get out of the way. Watch Rene Rivera's right foot. It blocks Carpenter's right foot from hitting that corner of the base. Then he applies the tag, and he is out. It's our Bill Howe play of the day. Outstanding play by Rene Rivera.
You know, when I first saw that play, I didn't catch the little dance move there by Rivera.
I actually thought Carpenter's right foot got into that corner of the plate.
Good play on both ends, Solarte and Rivera.
Well, here's Seth Manis out of the Cardinal bullpen. This is a strike thrower. Fastball, slider, and changeup. Heavy on the fastballs all the time and with movement. This is a good sinker baller.
One out here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Yonder Alonso, the base runner at first, got hit by a pitch. By Randy Choate. Ripped past that diving Johnny Peralta. Jed Jerko, his second hit tonight. That went through the infield like an aspirin.
Well, Mike, the best thing is he ends up taking that first pitch, that sinker down, and then he gets the ball elevated. And take a look at this beautiful swing by Jed Jerko. The confidence after that RBI single, his last at bat, and then coming up with a line drive to left. Short, compact swing by Jed Jerko and squaring the ball up. Nice approach.
So a bullet by Jerko. Alonso now at second. Here's the Padres catcher, Rene Rivera.
So many times, Mike, you see that sinker baller that when it's elevated, it flattens out, makes it a lot easier for the hitter to make adjustments. But that first pitch to Jed Jerko was that heavy sinker that if he swings at it, he hits a ball. If he doesn't foul it off, he hits a ground ball. Then they elevate, they make a mistake, and he pays.
Fouled away at the plate by Rivera.
Yeah, that's that heavy sinker right there. Very difficult to elevate if you're the hitter.
How about the year that Rene Rivera's had? He's a journeyman catcher.
Been tremendous.
Very, very low expectations. Great guy, good defender, low offense. That was the word.
Well, at the beginning of the year, we talked about his framing ability, and then it started turning into his offensive ability. And now putting up 8 home runs and also 28 RBIs from that backup catcher position. And you can't really say backup either because Yasmani Grandal and how he's handled Tyson Ross, how Tyson Ross has matured, Yasmani Grandal giving him days off, and the mix and match has been very good for a tandem.
Well, for Rivera coming up clutch as Grandal coming back from that knee injury last year. The expectation was that Yasmani wouldn't be ready for opening day, but Yaz, tough guy, makes it back, but tough on a guy to play every day, as you said, so you get more playing time for Rivera. And he's down swinging there. Foul tip right into the glove of catcher Pierzynski. 2 out here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Chris Nelson is the pitch hitter. Another new face for the Padres. We're seeing Nelson with the Rockies.
It's a former first-round draft pick that's just trying to find a place that really will give him some love and keep him on the roster. Athletic infielder that'll move around, both play third base, shortstop, and second base, and occasionally first base if needed. Perfect National League guy.
The ball skips past Pierzynski. And Alonso will move up, as will Jerko, and the Padres have runners at second and third.
Well, one of the toughest pitches to block is that fastball, and especially a sinking fastball. Manis gets on top of this sinker, just buries it in the ground. You see Pierzynski trying to do his best to just glove it.
Two balls and one strike to Nelson. Be interesting to see what Buddy does with his options now at third base as Nelson plays there a bunch. Solarte, 50 starts for the Yankees at third. Wow, bat goes flying, ball goes looping. Wong will put it away. Bat flies into the stands, and Joaquin Benoit will likely take over. 3-1, Padres lead.
Back picking this one too is right in the Jet Jerko pick. Watch the pick on the back end. Yes, Everett Cabrera makes the play, he spikes it, and that was a huge play in the 5th inning. And then Matt Holliday hitting a scorching one-hopper to Jet Jerko. Welcome back, Jet Jerko, Everett Cabrera. Big plays defensively that win you ball games.
Nicely done. Cardinals, they have 3 errors, and the Padres lead us 3-1. Ball goes turned over now to Joaquin Benoit. Couple of saves, 4-2 record, 1.93 earned run average. Tough on both lefties and righties. Benoit, 24 saves last season with Detroit. And Kristen Orfia is the new right fielder. He takes over for Will Venable. Eight, 9-1 here in the top of the 9th. John Jay and Daniel Descalso waits on deck. There's Descalso. Does a little bit of everything for Mike Matheny. Middle infield, primarily shortstop. John Jay, a single in 3 trips tonight. Coming up after the ball game, Chris Button, Mark Kotze, Padres Live, post-game show. Show you what's going on around baseball. Here for the manager, Buddy Black. And then a special SD Live will follow post-game show.
You do a great job on that show.
Oh, if I had a nickel for every time. And down goes Jay. That Fosh. Little change. That's nasty from Benoit. Jay, the first out here in the 9th.
Mike, let's revisit the keys of the game. Brought to you by the Honda dealers of San Diego County. Success for Cabrera, Alonso, Jerko. Combined 3 singles, but that big RBI single by Jet Jerko. And then Mr. July, Tyson Ross, 6 innings, 5 walks, and 7 strikeouts. And he pitched not with his command tonight, but with his heart.
It's strong consideration for pitcher of the month when that comes out.
I agree.
Daniel Descalso. And Descalso, you saw the numbers there, struggling. John Mabry, your old teammate and buddy, hitting coach there with the Cardinals, likes him though.
Yeah, he loves his grit. This is a guy that can play shortstop all around the diamond. There's John Mabry, hitting coach for the Cardinals. He does. He loves his grit, his heart. He's a perfect guy to have on your bench. Such an important pitch by Joaquin Benoit. 96, changing the eye level of Descalso. See if he goes back to that Foch that he put away John Jay with.
Hey, went off speed, blocked up by Rivera. But that's almost unfair, though, when you can throw 95, 96, 97 miles an hour. And then
yeah, that's the ability of the reason why he's in a closing situation. The 8th inning guy when Houston Street was here, now the closer. Also the reason why Detroit had him as a closer last year.
So what do you look for as a hitter when you're 2-2 and you got the guy like that?
Well, I think he's going to go back to the Foch. He's just got to throw a better one. It looks like a strike and drops down.
Well, that pitch gets away clearly from Benoit. Descalso will hobble down to first base. Well, that looks like it's going to stay with him for a little bit.
This is just a little slider that gets away from Benoit and out of the hands. And let's see how it ricochets off that outside part of the knee. Oh.
The trainer go out there, take a look at it. Descalso will leave.
I hate to see that.
It sounded awful from up here. And Peter Borges will pinch run.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the San Diego Padres and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Diego Padres. Really?
Well done.
Really?
Hey, look, I didn't lead that charge. Mike Trussell.
Way to throw somebody else under the bus.
Big John, they're all proud of it. Three to 1 ball game. Descalso hit by a pitch, and Peter Borges, the pinch runner now. Matt Carpenter is the hitter. He has a double, a couple of walks, and a strikeout. And Rene Rivera is trying to get on the same page.
Well, this is a good meeting by Rivera, and I like this. On the same page, get him more aggressive. Basically tell him, trust your stuff.
Two balls, no strikes to Carpenter. And Rivera gets Benoit back in the groove. 2 balls, 1 strike. Matt Carpenter sizing up the big right-hander in Benoit. Remember, Carpenter, very patient hitter. Softly, shallow center field. It'll be Cabrera. So off-speed pitch by Benoit. That'll get Carpenter 2 down.
Such a good fastball, and then that changeup off the fastball. Slows up the bat of Carpenter, and he hits a lazy pop-up to shortstop.
2 outs now, 1 on. And Colton Wong is the hitter as Joaquin Benoit looks to nail this down, pick up his 3rd save of the season. Just off the plate. Ball 1.
I'm surprised Borges isn't taken off for second base just to stay out of that force play at second. Joaquin Benoit, he's got to lock into Colton Wong.
There goes Borges. Defensive indifference. Padres will let him go.
And we take a look at Joaquin Benoit. Hand out, ball out of the glove, and getting on top of that fastball. That heavy fastball and changeup mix. That's a very difficult for the hitters.
One ball, 1 strike to Colton Wong. Off speed again by Benoit. Another nice job by Rivera. You don't think he'll need an ice bag and an aspirin after this one, after handling Tyson Ross and all those hard sliders down? Then Benoit.
That's his job.
Good at it. Good at it. Off speed, another rip by Wong, fell straight back.
That's that changeup he can throw for a strike. He just elevates it a little bit, hopes that movement causes the hitter to either pop it up or hit a foul ball. Young hitters will tend to expand the strike zone with 2 strikes.
Rivera flashes the signs, and Benoit comes set. 2-2, 2 outs. Benoit getting it up there, 97 miles an hour. Another shot at him here with Borges at second base. And goes off speed again to change. 3-2. Very measured and deliberate is Joaquin Benoit.
He doesn't want to face that man right there.
Got him. Joaquin Benoit strikes out Colton Wong, and the Padres win 3-1. Benoit picks up his 3rd save. Nasty. Gets Wong chasing it. Strike 3. So Tyson Ross picks up the win. Benoit the save. Let's go over to Chris Budden. What's coming up on Padres Live? Chris?
Thanks, Michael. Coming up, we'll hear from manager Buddy Black. Also, Mark Conce shows us how to make the perfect throw from the outfield. All that more on Padres Live, the postgame show.